Yeah, I saw, dude.
I saw, dude.
Calling it a
Bruh.
sada.
I was trying to like introduce you to my character before that happened, like before this happened.
Yeah,
It was.
I saw him a little bit, but I was dealing with a lot of other shit in character.
I could tell. I started watching your stream a little bit. You were talking to the what's it called? I almost said the pharmacist, the
The
psychologist,
therapist.
therapist.
Yeah,
That's right, Dr. Lenora Ora.
yeah. Hoops get some therapy, dude.
About
Need
fucking
it.
time.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so fucking funny. I was like hitting on her right before you talked to her too.
Yeah,
But what's going on, man?
I'm dying.
You're dying.
Slowly but surely
Well, everybody's dying.
to get that stupid email tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. You got the partner status. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
How
I'll
often?
be a cool kid.
Yeah, seriously. You're gonna get the
Yeah.
purple check mark and everything. You're gonna be legitimate, dude.
You're gonna be
Yeah, dude.
official.
I get to have that stupid stamp that whenever I go to someone's chat, be like, hey, look at me. Look at me. Hey there. What's up? Yeah.
Oh man, that's really cool, dude. You do deserve it. You've been pulling in some fantastic like shit, like your RP and stuff like that. It's been great.
Dude, I've been trying.
Well, I mean, you have the something, you have Eric the Daft, you have Hoop, you had what was the other character? It was like all white stuff like that. Trying to remember who it was.
Oh, white. I don't know. I have a lot of characters.
You really do. But like your most memorable are definitely the something, Hoop, and Eric the Daft, right? Like, what would you say are your most memorable?
Yeah. I don't know. I get like everyone in my chat asking for different things. Be like, are you gonna play Argo today? You gonna play Eric? You gonna do this? It's like I don't know. I don't know. I'll do what I want.
Yeah, it's really weird coming across you in the server because I don't know what to expect with you anymore. Like I thought I had a good idea, and then you throw something at me, and I'm like, oh geez, what's going on?
Oh god, dude. On Saturday, the fucking hostage, no hostage.
Wait, what? I don't remember.
When Erica was in the basement of Tequila Law and he was demanding all these things and there wasn't a hostage.
Yeah.
I want a humidifier. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? So we start throwing flares down on the ground. Like Dawson and my guy, and we're just trying to figure this out. I want a banana. We're like, oh,
I want 5 bananas. I got 1.
Yeah.
That was fantastic, man. How did you handle that as Dawson though, Scrap? Like, what were you thinking?
Well, I didn't actually know that it was actually Hoop in the basement. Because Cheetah's just like, yeah, can you like come down to Tequila? I was like, yeah, right. Walked down. I didn't hear any voices or anything like that. And then I just heard, oh, well, hello there. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go.
Yeah, that's how a lot of those
Someone's got to die.
And you didn't even have a hostage, right? You just had your dog following you the entire time?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh my god. You were pretty tame that night. Normally, when we get Eric, we get introduced to like a whole slew of randomized things, like actions and then talkings and everything like that. Or mole people shit. It's kind of funny.
Mole people. Jesus Christ.
Well, Scrap, you were playing a detective trying to find the mole people, right?
Yeah. I was playing as the 1950s detective Sinclair.
Oh, that's
and he's trying to uncover the mole people. And 1950s, they didn't give a fuck back then. They would just beat anyone like if they didn't answer them and shit. So yeah, things got a bit hairy. Let's just say that character hasn't returned since.
Well, that's Sinclair and Wilson, right? Is that how you created it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because we made the duo.
Yeah,
Yeah, see, trying to find the people, the mole people. See.
Yeah, like it originally started out. We were trying to get back to our own time. People. I don't know how you don't know the mole people at this point. Like I can understand new people to the server, but like even people have been off for a while. Mole people is pretty there now.
Yeah, especially when you got like that ugly looking, fucked up character that Hoop got with the slugs and shit.
Oh, the stuff. Dude, how many hits does that clip have now? It was over 50,000 when I saw it.
I can check.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me see.
Dude, that has to be. That was after like what, a couple days?
Yeah, it got up to like 90,000 in
Oh
like a couple of
fuck!
days.
Oh wow, that's ridiculous.
Let's see. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit there.
If you look at people's VODs from that day, they have so many views. Like mine had after I think it was like 3 or 4 days had over 1,500 views, and I was looking at like other people's that have over 800, 700. You spread so much.
Dude, yeah, it's only 97,000 views on that clip.
Only 97,000.
Yeah, and then there's YouTube videos with that in it, like Twitch fails and stuff like that have, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Really cool.
Yeah, it's good publicity.
Are you ever gonna bring that character back, or are you just kind of like?
I can't.
No.
Oh, because the
don't.
player model isn't. Doesn't
The
work
player
out?
model's fucked. Well, I also ran into the problem where a lot of people metagamed it, so it became such a popular character so quickly that it became super meted, and a lot of people really power gamed around it. So like there came to a point where everyone was grouped up outside of the police department, and there was everyone on the server was pretty much outside the police department, and so I went in the back way as a something, and climbed up from the back and started crawling out the front doors of the thing, and everyone was like, "It's there, it's there!" And before I could even do anything, I got like literally as soon as someone said something, I had been shot 3 times, and I was being eaten by a mountain lion. That someone was playing a mountain lion,
Oh,
and
geez.
I was just furious because it was just like blatant KOS, and like I hadn't even done anything to like most of these people, and they had no idea what to expect from this creature, and they just beat the shit out of it. And I was like, okay, that's it. That I think that we're okay with that. We'll play her sparingly.
Yeah, I can't really. Oh, dude, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it really sucks when like it's okay to always have like like enemies of your character and stuff like that, but like when you're the main antagonist, which happens a lot, if you're a creature that can't really talk that well or can't really convey thoughts or feelings like you can with a normal character, you sort of get shit on, and it's not a fun time. So
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I
'Cause
remember
that
first
character
time running
was
into
awesome
it.
to deal with. Because I remember you were playing what looked like it was like the dead hooker model at first.
yes,
We went to Tequila Laws and
Yeah, it was at Tequila.
I
Yeah.
was playing Dick. You were what was her original name? It wasn't the something. It was something else before. Marge.
It's Marge.
Marge. Like super pale, super skinny. Go on top of the roof, and you're just like making like really a lot of sexual innuendos towards us. It was hysterical, and then people were like getting turned off by it, and you come up to me, and I'm just playing into it because it was just way too funny to not do anything with.
yeah.
But well, anyway, actually, you know what? I'm gonna get to more formal questions. How did you guys get into RP in the first place? I'm always curious to find that stuff out because everybody has their own cool little story.
Well, for me it was I was 14 years old, and I met this girl named Consuela, and she was a maid, and we went underneath the stairs, and I said, Consuela, I love you, and she's like, see, and she wouldn't love me because I was a gringo. I was forbidden in her family, so I had to learn quickly how to become a cholo gangster, and I learned quickly how to play the role of the cholo gangster, and that's how I met my wife.
Wow, that's like some West Side Story shit. That's amazing.
Yep.
So you like rose through the ranks. That's amazing, man. Oh my god, there's a Consuela in the chat.
I know.
What is that? Is that your Consuela?
No, it's one of my viewers.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that's pretty
Well,
awesome.
that was unexpected.
That was a great story. Now I can see why you're into RP.
Had to flee across the border. Oh shit.
Nah, I started playing like D&D when I was 18, and then from then on, I basically just thought like, I can't role play when none of my friends are around, so I saw like role play servers in like World of Warcraft and saw like how the horrible things were doing there. So I went over there to originally troll it, and then I went from that to seeing like Arc RP, and then it was done. GG easy.
There you go. What about you, Scrap?
Well, see, I didn't really get introduced into RP until when I joined SKRP, the Seven Kingdoms role-playing server, just at the start of this year. I mean, I've always been like doing voices and like playing out scenarios in my head and shit. But then I was like, well, why not try like, because I saw Mr. Moon playing SK. I was like, oh yeah, I reckon I could get into this. So I joined, and yeah, that's just how I started. I just started acting like a character, and I really enjoyed it. So it's just stuck to me ever since. So yeah, I'm fairly new to RP. So
Yeah, but you've done really well considering.
yeah, well, having the mentality of a well, look at the characters that I make, for fuck's sake. You
I
know,
know you
like...
have like the Gimp, you have Dawson, you have Scully, you
yeah,
have
the
Malric,
Gimp. Oh my god.
and
Hello
then
there.
and now we have Gerald Jumachi.
Saw that.
Yeah, damn on the haters, dude.
Saw that. Damn the haters. Yeah.
That was so much fun to do. Like Hoop, I'm gonna explain this one. So last night we were trying to catch the money launderer, the smoking man as they call them on the server. So we went undercover as two almost like fraternity millennials, Harold Jumachi and Gerald Jumachi, brothers essentially, who were varsity on the water polo team. So basically, like the worst of the worst in terms of millennials. So we're like, I saw dude watch Devon haters like over and over, just being obnoxious all around, and it was so much fun. So I made a totally separate character for him now. Way too good.
No.
Yeah, Null. You have Null too.
Yeah, like that's a very interesting character because he doesn't speak at all. And it is very difficult when you try if you're getting arrested for something that you didn't do. Since you can't talk, you gotta try and use the /me's to try and work your way around it. But 9 times out of 10, you're just going down. It's just like, fuck. But yeah, he licks windows and plays with people's hairs and licks their faces and shit. He's very, very weird, but kind of relaxing character compared to like all the other characters.
Well, you do laughs too, right?
Yeah, he does laugh. That's the only thing he does. He's kind of, so his thing is that he's supposed to be like a Scully follower essentially, but he's more infatuated with Dollface rather than Scully. So he does like the skull face paint and shit like that. But yeah, he's very, very tame compared to Scully.
It's the booty.
Mm-hmm.
Booty.
That ass.
That ass.
That was so much fun to mess around with her with. But I mean, shit, what was I gonna say? So like, what are I don't even know how to explain this one. Like, okay, so Hoop, you have Thomas Hoop, sheriff and stuff like that. What is his like whole background? I don't think I ever found that out through in character means.
Hoop?
Yeah.
Hoop started off as. Do you want me to go through like the creation of him, or do you want to go through just like his whole backstory, which slowly was made?
I mean, I would assume, like, at least I'm just gonna assume the way he's kind of created is you just had a general idea and then you just took it out in the world and then boom, developed more and more.
Yes. So Hoop started with, well, I want to be a cop. I was chief. I wasn't sheriff at the time. I was chief deputy, and Leonelli was sheriff. Rest his soul. And I figured, why not? I'll play a cop. And I was like, well, he's like, a Southern cop sort of thing. So I wanted to make a character that was sort of making fun of Leonelli, because he's got the very, very thick like Southern accent and like a very like unique thing. And so I was like, okay, so I'll make Sheriff Hoop, and not Sheriff Hoop, but just Thomas Hoop. And so I was like going over there like, oh yeah, son of a bitch, like I'll do this. And his whole thing was supposed to be he's just a cop who really, really wanted to be a cop because he saw it in Miami Vice and Knight Rider, and that was it. And then after like RP, I ended up adding like a whole thing where he originally was a shithole from Sandy Shores, and he got affiliated with get like a biker gang sort of backstory thing. And then his brother originally was the cop and was eventually killed by the bikers. And so Hoop's got this huge like Sandy Shores Stab City backstory of fuck bikers. Bikers are evil. I was one of them and now I'm reformed. They're evil motherfuckers. And that's basically it.
There you go. That's pretty dope. And what do you guys
Yeah,
think
dude.
you have faced as like cops and server? What do you what is something that kind of just what do you think are the hardest challenges of playing a cop on a server?
Garage RP.
Loitering.
Hey!
You know, I think we can all agree on that. The loitering thing is probably the hardest
Dude.
thing to deal with because people don't leave, and you don't want to give them the fine.
I fucking hate it.
I do too.
Like I've never hated an RP until GTA RP. Like that's one of my biggest things. Like, well, you can't hate anyone for doing any RP. It's just a role play. And then like on this one, I hate it. I legitimately hate it because it's just, oh hey there, you got a banana? I'm eating a banana right now too. Look at this cool animation I can do. It's on page 96 of this. It's like it's not role play.
Yeah. Well, some people are like doing the social RP aspect of things. And so it was like congregate at the garage. Okay, we're not allowed to go to the garage anymore. So we'll move across the street to the park. And then some people migrated to the beach. And then, yeah, it's just, I don't know why people just would rather stand around and talk when you could just go out and do things, you know?
Yeah, you could have so much more interesting stories, but they choose to limit themselves, which is what I hate the most.
Well, what I don't understand is why they don't just go to like a different parking lot. You know, like the parking lot behind Fleeca Bank.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally perfect if you want to go over there and not get a loitering fine. I don't see why don't just go there. It's still really
yeah.
close by. It's still in the central part of the city, so that works for EMS. That works for anybody. You know, like, and I've said that in
Mhm.
Garrett. I'm like, why don't you guys just like migrate over there so we don't have to give you these loitering fines?
Last time
we'd
that
still probably
fucking
give you a loitering
happened,
fine.
Hoop called everyone to see what the hell Dawson was eating for lunch. The whole goddamn server came and looked.
Wait, what happened?
I was 10-7 eating food, right? Like IRL. I was like, and the sheriff pulls up. I was like, don't mind me, sheriff. I'm just eating. He's like, oh, you're just eating, are you? Well, let's just get everyone around to see what he's eating. And the whole fucking server just pulled up to the fucking parking garage behind the bank and try to like steal my food and shit like that. Oh my god. Breaking my windows and shit, you bastards.
Oh yeah, and I eventually got into his car and knocked him out of it.
Yeah, you knocked me out and spilled my food all over me. God damn it. This is why we can't have nice things.
All right.
Oh.
But what do you guys like about being the cops, though? Come on.
I don't think we do.
I like being a cop.
No, but like being a cop is like rewarding, and you get to experience a lot of this fun and cool action role play that, like being a civilian, you don't really get access to. But at the time is like in theory you're playing a good guy. You're playing a police officer, and police are usually pretty fucking cool dudes. But when you're playing a cop on a GTA server, your goal is to go out there and literally like say, "Hey, stop breaking the law." Basically, stop playing Grand Theft Auto while you're playing Grand Theft Auto, and everyone's like, "But I will do." And you're like, "No," and then everyone gets all pissy at you, and sometimes the worst part about being a cop is it's being as rewarding as it is that a lot of people take it out of character, and it's the worst feeling in the world knowing that someone on the server is all pissed off at you because you yelled at them in character, and it's like, I'm not actually like that, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, I totally know what you mean with that one.
Yeah, trying to like get someone in the jail cell and they're salty as fuck is just the worst. Especially not only one, but you got like 5. Like trying to deal with like you had Bonnie, you had like Eric, you had fucking like Chief and shit, like all congregating, trying to get them all into a cell, trying to get them to calm down, and they're just like,
Then they start fighting each other, and you're like, oh no,
yeah,
they're like, you guys gotta stop.
trying to process. Some people don't want lawyers, other people want lawyers. It's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I think that most people I've ever had jailed at once, I think was Hoop was there. We took the prison bus over to the hospital, and we had, I think it was one person decided to stay for an EMS res, bring them all the way down. It was, I think it was like Shorty, Game with Me, bunch of other people. It was like 8, I think it was 8 people total.
Yeah.
And I was having such a shitty time with that. I was so
Mhm.
annoyed. Like I had to, I think I left at one point and then just started walking away. I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with this. They start following me. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna lead them back to the PD, get them all settled. And then I think there was an attempted jailbreak, but I don't remember too well. Eventually they calmed down, which was very, very nice, but that's definitely something that's kind of hard to deal with, is mostly like the large groups, or at least in my opinion, because they have way more power of you than you have over them.
Yeah, and with going by like the New Life rule and shit, if they outman you, you gotta have to comply. Yeah.
Yeah. Like just yesterday, I was at a bank robbery, right? It was just me. It was before Pew Pew came on as Clint or Emerson. I don't remember. Uh, I don't think it was his Canadian character. So I go to the highway bank. It's like Chief. It's like it's 8 people. It's 8 people and 1 cop in a bank robbery. They have 3 snipers, and I'm just like, there's nothing I can do. Not a single thing. So I just made a deal with them. Like, I will let you all walk away, and I'll just go fuck off down to Yellow Brick Road. And then they go to the Citibank. I'm like, oh shit. Like, uh-oh, it's tough. And then they walked away from
Yeah.
that too. There was like no way for me to win in that situation.
Yeah, which sort of sucks, and it's one of the gray parts of the actual server, is because one of the like the main thing is like that's a rule is no power gaming. So when you get these giant groups of like 8 or 9 people at these banks, and like you have like what, you have like maybe 2 to 3, maybe if you're lucky 4 or 5 cops, and you know you're gonna get wrecked no matter what. So you literally have to like go try hard to do something with that, and it's horribly difficult because you have to be so power gamey, and you have to remember every single rule. You can't break any rules. You can't do anything, and you're facing against these other players who have no consequences behind you because they're not cops. They have a totally different set of rules they have to abide by.
Yeah.
And so if they see a cop at a bank robbery, it's okay, boom, got it, and then you're fucked, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it's horrible. And they get a reward for it. They get a reward for being power gamey, and there's nothing that's going to happen. It's the most infuriating thing in the world, and that's why for a long time we had a lot of people who just wouldn't play as cops, is because they just get outnumbered or outmanned.
Yeah, for like 2 weeks straight, it was either like I was just on servers, and then I'm getting off, and you get online, it's just you, and then I think you would switch over to like Eric the Daft just because of how hectic everything was. And then, or Cheeky, it would be Cheeky by himself, or Dawson, or whatever. But a lot of people definitely moved away from the cop roles simply because it was getting to be too much. Like people were cop baiting all the time. It was just downright horrible. But at the same time, I don't know. Do you think they were trying to power game? Because I feel like they weren't. I think they were just all relatively new and trying to have a good time. But
I don't think they were trying to. I think it's just a side effect of the thing is like a lot of the times you run into that situation is when you have someone who's an actual streamer, not like an actual streamer because everyone on Twitch RP is a streamer technically. Well, most of them are at least. You run into people who get on the server because they want to play with the streamers they've seen before. So they see somebody that they recognize and they latch on. They latch on for dear fucking life. And no matter what you do, you cannot separate the fanboy from the streamer.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
And when that happens, that's when you get like the huge banks with like 1 million people. Like if you take Zuthar, Chief, and Buck, they're fantastic streamers and they're fantastic people and they have excellent RP. But when you get all their fanboys around, it's extremely difficult.
It's like
and they also acknowledge it. Exactly, it's fighting an army.
All right. So I guess on that, do you guys have? I'm gonna move on to something a little bit more positive. Do you guys have like favorite people you come across when you're RPing?
A favorite what?
Like favorite characters you encounter?
Oh, fucking stranger. Jesus,
Yeah,
dude.
he's like my number
Like,
one.
everyone. That's everyone's answer. Just fucking stranger, dude.
Yeah, he's probably like my favorite character that doesn't stream. I wish he did, but
Yeah.
he's just so hysterical.
Oh, Jesus. He just like everything he does is just like it's because it's like imagine like an innocent child just walking out into the thing and being like, "Oh, I love chocolate," and then he grabs a piece of chocolate and eats it. But he doesn't know there's anything wrong with that. But he's in the middle of the store stealing chocolate by eating it, and that's basically what Stranger is.
Like
This
a
poor little innocent child who just wants chocolate.
yeah, and then he pulls off like the criminal thing too, because his character is just so easily persuaded to do stuff. So
Yeah,
he helps out the police, but he helps out the criminals, and nobody really like goes after him for revenge just because it's Stranger, you know?
yeah,
Like at this point, his character is so ingrained into society that it's like a fucking demigod. You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
What about you, Scrap? Do you have like a general list of people you love encountering?
I got a good character that I really like. Out of character, in character, annoys the absolute piss out of me, and that is one Larry Larrington.
In character, definitely get annoyed, but out of character, I'm
Yeah,
laughing
in
my ass
character,
off.
he is annoying as fuck. Zonda, love him to death. But yeah, out of character is fucking hilarious.
He is so funny. Like, he runs
Even
around
though he
without the
does break
shirt.
a lot of fucking rules.
He has like the no shirt, the jeans, the straw hat.
Yeah.
I'm a cop,
Hello,
guys.
mister.
Hello, mister.
You
It's-
freaking idiot. Just
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's just doesn't give a fuck, you know. Fucking
It's so
brilliant.
good.
But yeah, second would have to be Lenny though, played by Dr. MT.
Yeah,
just the way that
Lenny's
he
a good
plays
one.
Lenny's very cunning and very well. It would be like that realistically, trying to work like weasel his way into things, you know, corrupting cops and like trying to get people in on the inside and taking down the sheriff
He
and
does
shit.
a good job though, like
Yeah,
really
they're
good.
pissed.
He finds out a lot of information about us.
Yeah.
Kind of scary, but I mean, he's doing pretty good. And he's doing
I've
other
been trying to
in-character
counter that.
moves. You're gonna try to what?
My character's been trying to counter that for a while. It's actually been pretty interesting.
Well, yeah, because I was on a server yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I'm playing as Dick, and there's like an advertisement meeting at the Yellow Jacket for some good beer and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna take a ride out there because I'm pretty sure those are Dick's people, the biker gang, you know. So right
Mhm.
out there, I see Hypothermia, Kate, and it's like, hey, what's going on? Why are you guys all the way out here? But I'm like, hey, I need to make some money. Why are you guys out here? And it's just like the cops have been on our ass. Like, what do you mean the cops have been on your ass? Like they're just investigating us, and you know, we're not doing anything. We just want to be away from society right now. I'm like, okay. So that kind of happened. It was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. I'm still trying to figure out who the ringleader is. You know, like I'm not sure if it's Lenny or if it's Kate or if it's Alex. I think it's Lenny, but I have no idea at this point. But Kate is like the biker mom. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lenny and Kate.
Mhm. It's really tough is because Hoop knows both of them fairly well. And he sort of like had this little trust thing going on with them. But right now all he sees is that they corrupted his girl. That's all Hoop really sees.
Oh yeah, with
They're
Emma.
evil.
I heard about
Yeah.
that. Aviana was saying in my chat that they broke up. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
I had to drive her over and everything. A bunch of like a shit. So I was trying to listen in, because you know, like I wanted to see the drama, and I was just gonna drop it and not even bring it up. But all this shit started happening. Like, what was the basis of that? When she showed up, was she still portraying herself as being really drunk?
Yes, a little bit. Well, the problem is they both were actually, which is always the good common denominator. But is Hoop was sitting in his office and he was trying to get in contact with Emma, and he was basically waiting for Emma to grow some balls, if that makes any sense. because he knows Emma was back, and he kept telling the biker people, "Tell her I want to talk to her. Tell her I want to talk to her. Tell her I want to talk to her." And then like a week and a half later, like nothing happens, and the only time he's heard of Emma is like a few minutes before they actually talk. Someone comes over, I think it's Alex or somebody, and drops off the key to Hoop's place and gives it back to Hoop from Emma.
Wow. How could you forget who dropped it off, huh? Son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, Scrap. So Scrap drops off. Fucking the Dawson drops off Emma's key to Hoop's house, and so Hoop already knows it's over at this point, and he's furious because he worked his ass off and he betrayed himself. He betrayed everything that his character stands for Emma, and then she basically just spat on him and gave back the key to his house. And so he's been fucking furious. But she's got like this whole backstory thing that's going on, but Hoop's too pissed off to see. So
Yeah, she had
they
like
talked and they yelled.
he has the stalkers, right? Like two brothers or sisters, something like Olivia going after her right now. I think.
Yeah, she's got, I don't know. I don't know the full extent of it. That's Aviana's thing.
Yeah.
As much as like, like she's a friend of mine. She lives pretty close, and I hang out with her every now and then. But I try not to intrude too much into other people's stories. Like, I love watching other people's streams and doing everything like that, but I try not to dig too far because I still want to be surprised a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I can RP not knowing meta information, but I also like not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah, because it's like a TV show. That's realistically what we're doing every day.
Yeah.
Is we're being part of a TV show where it's all improv. Anything could happen at any moment.
Yeah.
Which is why I think I like RP so much. It's why I like watching streamers as well. It's to kind of see people's perspectives on what's going on.
Yeah. I just want to die though. Kill Hoop. Hashtag.
Oh no.
Hashtag kill Hoop.
No, you can't.
Scully needs to come back.
Yeah.
I think. Well, there's things. I think actually that'd be cool. If, like that was involved in something that's going to happen.
Well, I mean, did you see? There was a video that I made with Scrap. It's basically like a homecoming thing. Ridley comes back from whatever the constable shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the end,
saw
there's
that,
like, there's like a 2.5, like maybe a 2-minute video with Scrap. It's like, oh, Scully's coming back. You guys better get ready. So we're gonna be working on something actually, but that's all top secret shit. You're gonna be surprised when you see it.
I want to see what happens when Hoop dies.
Oh, Hoop's gonna die?
Well, that's my end goal for any of the characters I make. Is I love to perma my characters.
Right. Like
I reckon choke on a cigarette or something really stupid.
No, but like say there like comes to like a point in which like Hoop gets shot and he's just gone. He's just out of there. What happens to the city? Like, is it just going to be like, is it going to be people actually sad that the sheriff is gone? Or is it going to be a whole bunch of people who stand in the garage all day rejoicing that they're not going to be kicked out of the garage?
I think people would be sad overall. Both in character and out of character, just because out of character because they're not going to be able to interact with your character anymore, but in character because like your dude is just super well known. Everybody knows you. Everybody.
Yeah.
And cannot deny that at all. So I think, but people love interacting with you, but they also hate it. Like, you know what I mean? Because you're like the angry grandpa of the server sometimes. But you have these like really quick quips and things like that where you throw them in, and it's not something you really hear from other people. So I think if Hoop were to die, when he does, I think people are definitely going to be sad. And then I think they're going to rejoice at the fact they get to sit at the garage a little bit longer until we go and try to kick him out. But
I guess with the whole thing with the bikers and the sheriff could possibly play a big role with it.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I mean, you have the Scully thing, you have the bikers like going on. So you have
fucking Scully.
Yeah,
I think I've tormented Hoop enough with Scully.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That was really good.
It was really good storytelling. That's what I loved the most about it. And I know you, Scrap, were expecting like Hoop to respond a certain way after a certain point, and I was like, oh, So you're like, I was trying to like stay ahead of you, like around a little bit, just to see like how would you interact as a role player.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if I just made Hoop do nothing? What if Hoop just like breaks down and becomes basically like this wet
Empty
piece of bread,
shell.
this empty shell of his former self? And it was amazing because like the entire like garage was exploding and basically
Yeah, you were just sitting there
was-
having a cigarette. There was like 5 Scullys
Mhm.
running around and shit. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's
Yeah, then
because like I made what I made Hoop's personality be like is that he sees everyone in the city as like a child of himself. Like there's always that joke where like Hoop has like a million kids running around and you never know whose character is like Hoop's kid. But like he sees everyone on the server as one of his children, and when they do something bad, he's disappointed. And it's his job to yell at them like basically like a father would. So he's trying to basically be that father that he never had himself and discipline these kids and just try to demand and expect more out of them. And that's what Hoop sees, and no one reciprocates it at all. And so basically, he's just slowly dying, knowing that no matter what he does for quote unquote like these kids in his eyes, they'll always repeat the same mistakes that he has made or someone else has made, and it's killing him.
Right. Actually, that kind of brings up like a thing. So when you and Scrap did the whole Scully kidnaps Emma, kidnaps Shaza, and all
Mhm.
that stuff, like, did you guys come together to talk about it, or did that just naturally play out? Like, I'm genuinely curious.
I know Scrap talked a lot to Aviana about it. Well, a little bit.
Yeah, I spoke to Shazza. Okay, so Shazza, so Sneaky's character, she wanted to kill her off for a bit. So I was like, well, hey, why not do it so we can like fuck up the sheriff even more? Is that I'll kidnap you and I'll speak to Aviana to kidnap her. So those two were in on it, but Hoop wasn't. And yeah, essentially, like I pitted him up against, and I told the sheriff who he has to kill. But essentially, it was always going to be Shazza, so I guess that was kind of like planned. But it was well done though. It was very emotional because I watched the VODs on every person's side and just people's reactions and shit. It was just amazing.
Yeah. Had to go around basically like choose like he literally like psychologically fucked up Hoop a lot because he basically had to like say spare Emma, kill my mom. Like that's a fucked up thing. It's because it's just like you have this maternal figure that was never really there because she was so obsessed with aliens and all this crazy shit, and she became crazy after one of her sons was murdered, and so it was just another huge failure for Hoop. When like in relation to his brother, he basically failed his brother. He failed his mother, and the only thing he had left was Emma. And now Emma's gone, and he's nothing but justice.
Yeah. Even then, Scully just like completely fucked that up too.
Yeah.
So much storyline fuckery going on. I felt so sorry. I was like, poor Hoop. He just can't roleplay with anyone. Because here comes Scrap, fucking everything up.
That was good.
That was pretty good. Definitely was, without a doubt. And then Emma, you hear she's sitting in like a room somewhere being drugged and stuff like that. And it's really weird to hear that from a perspective where you're not involved. Like I wasn't involved in that at all. The only part I was ever involved with was when we had to shoot at the box factory. That was it. So hearing all these like third party accounts, like I never heard this from Hoop. Except like very rarely, because you definitely played the part of like I don't want to talk about it, I just want to do the job. At least that's how it came across to me. And I was totally down with them, like, yeah, let's go do the job and stuff like that. But you hear about this stuff from other people who like I don't know if these people like met it. I'm just gonna assume they didn't. But I'm just gonna like hearing about it in character and stuff like that. You're like sitting there like, Jesus Christ, this guy's dealing with a fuckload of things right now. It's really like characters have deaths and stuff like that, but it's really weird how quickly that circulates through the server, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting.
So yeah, because like the whole idea of Scully and Dollface originated from Ghost Zone's character. So it all started from the very beginning was Scully was supposed to be the Joker to his Nightwatch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But due to time zone conflicts and like him literally actually fucking playing him Night Watch only at night in the game and then Joey in the day, you only get like half an hour of night in the game or some shit like that. And yeah, so it was really fun. So I was like, who the fuck has a really big impact on the city? And if they fell, like the whole city would pretty much be a crisis. And I was like, well, fucking why not the sheriff? So
Yeah, then
I
it
started
evolved
going
into
after him.
something really, really cool.
That was
Like
good shit.
you had multiple storylines. That then you like, dude, what was it like having the most hated character on the server? Like people would avoid you, just downright.
I
I'm
couldn't.
walking away.
I had to play Scully at intervals, and essentially stay in the car to get Chaos to like drive. Because yeah, people would just come up and be like, "Hey, that's the Scully guy that killed like Emma and shit," and then just shotgun to the face, you know, like. So I had to play him at intervals, and because yeah, the whole server was literally like a manhunt for Scully to try and be the hero, you know, like, yeah, I'm the one that brought down Scully, yeah. It's just like, no, dickhead.
I think that's why we had to do like our whole separate storyline apart from the entire server because it would
Yeah.
have been interrupted in like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah,
you know?
definitely.
And that was I remember we were on the pier actually. It was you and Chaos, Dollface Scully and stuff like that. And I actually had to protect you. Like I was like, I actually had to protect these fucking criminals that are horrible, horrible people because everybody down there on the beach wanted to kill you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're just sitting up there, and they were just all conspiring amongst themselves how they're gonna like rip our teeth out.
Yeah, like we're gonna kill Scully. I'm like, you're saying this to a
but
cop?
to have that impact on like a server like that, to be like, you're crazy, but you're not Scully crazy type thing. It's actually like in a fucked up way. It feels pretty good.
In my opinion, you were like the only true antagonist on the server.
Yeah, because it's all psychological games. Like, I just don't RDM people. Like, I kidnap people, advertise how much are people willing to pay for this person after asking them how many friends do they have. And like, oh yeah, I think I got like a few friends. It's like, well, let's see if they can pay for your life then. And then I put out an advert. And then to find out that no one wants to pay for their life, and I tell them this, I just let them go. I just let them back into society to wreak their own like vengeance and shit. It's fucking great. Best psychological warfare you could ever do. And it's worked. It's fucking worked.
Right. So is Null
Not
kind of
even a
like
fire
Scully
hazard.
but silent, or like what's his deal?
Null is a fucked up little kid that doesn't talk. He presses his face against windows and looks at people through the windows and like blows kisses to them and like licks people's cheeks and unties their shoelaces and stuff like that. And I don't know. I just made Null because I'm sick right now and I can't talk as much. So I was like, well, I'll make a character that doesn't talk, essentially. And yeah, everyone is getting connected to him on a positive field, even though he's like in character, everyone fucking hates him because he's a weirdo. Like, no one knows how to react to him. That's the best part. You just walk up, like, licks your face. How do you react to that? It's fucking great.
That is very. I don't know. I think I've only encountered Null once, and I wasn't really sure what to do. And I know you and stuff like that. I'm like still like, oh, who the fuck is this? What's going on?
Psychological games is just the best because you don't have to have guns and shit. You just have to use your wit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
like having a hostage situation with no hostage.
Yeah. Like actually, I think my like one of Hoop's favorite characters is Ark Barkman or whatever his name was.
Al Barkman.
Yeah, man, that character was fucking awesome, dude. But then everyone started using that skin and trying to be like the next Al Barkman. But like your voice that you used for him, like, hey, smooth skin. It's fucking
smooth skin.
Yeah, it was so good because you'll be following Dawson around. Because you wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
To be like head of like the security or some shit that never actually happened. But yeah, I'll just turn around and there's Al Barkman having a cigarette and there's like two ladies standing either side of him, like proper like he's a big shot, you know, like everywhere. Like he would just walk up like, "Hey Dawson." It's just like, holy shit, where the fuck did you come from?
Was that the guy that was Larry Larrington's dad, or was it somebody else?
No.
No.
You know the guy who used to walk around and he's, I'm Frankie the EMS, and he looks like a zombie.
Yeah.
The fedora. I used that skin beforehand. Didn't use the fedora, and he was Al Barkman. And
Okay.
it was a movie producer that basically was a famous movie producer, and he's like used all his movie money to survive way beyond what he's supposed to. And so he's just like this really, really old movie producer, and he's trying to make the next big yeah, trying to make the next big film here. What's your fucking star name, kid? You want to work security? Just went around like that. I played him for like a day, like 2 days, and it destroyed my voice because of just being what it was. And after that, just everyone and their mother started being that character, like using that character model, and I'm like, okay, I can't be him again. Yeah. But I'll still call those people Al Barkman occasionally.
Oh,
they
yeah.
have no idea. They have no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
Every time I see someone with the skin that I've seen in previous like characters have played, I always call him that person. Like Merlin's character, for instance, he played like your original Eric.
Yes.
On RP first, yeah. I always refer to someone in that skin like, oh, hey, Merlin's like, I'm not Merlin. It's like, oh, shit. Or like, yeah, just to fuck with them because like, get original.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of want to like bring it back to the kidnapping thing. What do you guys think about all these fake kidnappings? They're more likely to happen than an actual kidnapping.
Fake kidnappings?
Yeah, like people who pretend to be hostages, but they're actually in on it from the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess you can't really tell.
Yeah, it's like it's still like good RP, but it's like it sort of removes the fun out of it. But like, because I did one originally with Fanta and Cal Constantine, I think, where I was the number 666. That was my ID number. Tenfold, but yeah. But my ID number was 666, and so I played this character who literally looked like he would be like if you walked down the street and you saw this guy walking down the street, you'd be like, "Huh, that might be Satan." You just like in like a really, really nice suit, like permanent hair, goatee, everything like that. And I played around with him, and I fake kidnapped some people, and I permitted him because he was shot in the middle of the kidnapping thing, and he gave all the money from the kidnapping to the people he kidnapped, and he made like $200,000, and they each got $100,000 and walked off. And that was my entire character, and it was only because I had the ID number 666, and that was it.
You gotta love it when just like random shit pops up. Say, hey, this could be a character.
Yeah, seriously. Like I think that's how I find my best characters. Is just normally it's just kind of spur of the moment. Like I remember how I made Dick was I just wanted somebody who was going to break.
Just look down.
Wait, what?
Dick Johnson.
You just look down and like, there it is.
No, I had him on Revolution, actually. Ironically, I had him on Revolution, and I'm like, I need to think of a stupid name. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make his like Dick. His first name's gonna be Dick. It's not gonna be Richard. It's gonna be Dick. And then I'm like, okay, what's something else that's like penis related? So then I was like Johnson, Dick Johnson. And then originally it started out on Revolution. It was a different voice. It was kind of like more. It hurt a lot. It was kind of like your Al Barkman voice, but I couldn't pull it off like you do. So it hurt so much. It was like playing, with like Proxy or a bunch of different people on that server, all really cool people, and then tried to integrate them onto here, and just went totally ballistic with them. It was a lot better. Like the voice developed. Like, hey, this is my country, get off me, like that type of stuff. And it just became so much fun, and the voice doesn't hurt to do. Like I feel like I could do it all day.
Oh God, that's like the best part is when you're just playing with playing with the character's voice so long that it just doesn't bother you anymore, and you can just like boop, just switch to it immediately.
Yeah, it's literally like a switch. I remember when I got that voice down pack, I was sitting in Scrapp's Discord. and we were reading Reddit comments. I was reading all these Reddit comments as Dick, and it was just so much fucking fun. Like, how small is Justin Bieber's penis? Like things like that. Just reading them out, and it was
Yeah.
so good. It was so much fun.
Yeah, like I could like when you do the voice, like you just had to shake like dude, like last time. I couldn't stop doing
on the
it.
haters, yo.
I couldn't stop doing it even after I stopped. Like dude.
Yeah, like in the
Dab the
Discord,
haters, man.
we're still doing it. Finding different ways to dab while we're like exercising and stuff like that. It was great.
Jump the full dab, fucking brilliant.
And then people would join us too. Like they would. Well, 2 people joined us. It was Cass,
the water polo.
Yeah, the water polo varsity team. And like Cass comes and joins
Kylie
us.
Jenner's like totally our inspiration of this generation.
She's
bro.
like the Amelia Earhart of our time, dude. Except she's here. It was like the dumbest shit. But like,
it was so stupid.
How do you guys come up
so
with
good.
voices for your guys? Like, you just play around with something?
I go through drive-thrus to get food.
Wait, what?
You're not the only one. No, that's literally what I do. Is whenever I have a friend in my car, my goal in that car ride is to embarrass them so much that they don't want to be my friend anymore.
Brilliant.
So I'll have a buddy of mine or a roommate of mine in my car, and we'll go through a drive-thru to get food, and I'll start ordering in some weird voices. And so I'll do a Minnesotan voice. I've done Eric's voice, just some really, really weird voice that when I roll up to the counter, they would not expect that person. So I'll order something and be like, "Oh, hey there, bud. Okay, can I get myself a number 4 and instead of a drink, can I get myself a Oreo cookie shack?"
Oh,
Shack?
Yeah, a shack instead of a shake.
So,
And
when you come across these people, do you go back to your normal voice, or do you just keep going with it?
You go with another voice.
No. The best part is you basically do that voice. You do that voice through the ordering, and if it's auto, no matter what it is, but as soon as you see an actual person, your normal voice. And I've had several times in which I've done that, and they basically look back and forth and look at everyone in the car to see who ordered, and then they'll be like, and then they'll like, you did it well when they go through the order that you just ordered. And they're like, "So you just ordered," and they list everything, and you're like, "Yeah, what? Yeah, that's everything." And like, "Oh, okay." And then they have that little moment that they're just confused, and it's golden.
Yeah, Aviana just said it had the opposite effect on her.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. I guess you guys just kind of bounce off each other when you're at a drive-thru.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been to a drive-thru with Aviana, but I've done weird things on her, just in public.
Giggity.
hey, no. But if Aviana's the type of person where if you did a weird fucking voice and she was around, she wouldn't be embarrassed. She'd just go with it, which is golden, because then you can just do whatever it is, and then you can make other people around you terribly uncomfortable. Because if you act like you're a New Yorker couple having a divorce, and having this big old scene in front of everybody, everyone looks and they're like, oh fuck, dude, oh shit, and then in reality you're fucking totally fine, but everyone around you is just like, I think I just saw a divorce happen, dude. I think I just saw it.
Then they tweet about it. I'm gonna put this on Snapchat, dude.
Hashtag divorced witnessed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm sleeping with Jeremy.
It's
like weird things.
You fucking asshole.
The best part is a lot of the times what I do is if that's actually the argument thing and it's the divorce sort of thing being set up, I will make my character gay. So make it be closeted. So it should be well, I'm leaving you, and then you're sitting there and well, I'm fucking Jeremy, and then they have to go wait, my husband's fucking a man named Jeremy. What? And then,
oh my lord.
Yeah.
Yo, brother.
Yeah. It's like a fucking telenovela in real life.
That's kind of epic, dude. I do not develop voices that way in any way. That is
dude,
it's ridiculous.
no shame. Hashtag no shame. That's the best way
Yeah,
to do
that's it. You just gotta not care about what people think, and like you're just
Mhm.
free. Ah, that guy just stole my fucking burger, man. And like
Yep.
some dude's just eating a burger, and he's like, "What the fuck? No, I did." And then you get like a whole crowd onto him and shit. It's
Well, I
fucking
wouldn't do that. That's fucked up. The poor
Or is that
dude.
just me?
Yeah.
Well, what do you do, Scrap, to develop like a voice?
I look at the character and see. I don't know. Okay, so like, yeah, all my characters, well, not all my characters, but like the Gimp, for instance, was a mistake. I just clicked on a random skin. I was like, hey, this guy is wearing underwear with a ski mask on with like, it looks like a dildo in like the side of his, like, it's like a gun holster and shit. I was like, well, if you're going to have like a Gimp that is very introverted, you got to make him sound kind of like, I am the Gimp. Like, kind of like
Totally
depressed, but like not.
desensitized.
Yeah, pretty much. And so, like, yeah, I just look at the characters and I just say, hey, I think a voice like this would suit that. But it does take me a couple days. So if I make a character, it'll take a couple days or like a couple hours to actually find the right voice. So, like, you'll run into the character, and then again, it could be like completely different. And yeah, I just find what just works, you know. I don't know. I just never actually thought about it. I didn't think of a voice.
Just kind of happens.
What kind of voice will this one have? And just, yeah.
Divorce
Just play
RP,
around.
best RP. I kind of have to agree with
And
that.
that's a good thing, though. Like, because you get, like, no offense, like, to anyone that can't do voices and shit. But when you get people that play multiple characters and just use their, like, the same voice,
Well,
it gets really confusing really fast. It's like, wait, are you this person or that person and whatnot?
well, that's the thing. Is it's a confidence issue. The multiple voices thing. I find with most people is a lot of the times when people have the same voice for every single character, their comfort level is not there enough to experience a different, like, a voice that they might think it sounds stupid. Is I think if I have a voice that sounds fucking horrible and stupid, I'm like, perfect. That's a character right there. You have like fucking Argo, whose voice cracks all the time, and he sounds like some horrible nerd from GameStop, and that's what he is. But like when other people are like, I don't like this voice, and they just go like, I can't do this, so they just use the same tone of voice that they do with every single character. Then you confuse everyone around you. A lot of people will treat your characters the same exact way, and it's really just it's a tragedy, to be honest.
See, I'm the complete opposite. Like, I have to use a voice. I can't RP with my normal voice. I just can't do it. It's really uncomfortable.
Well, what about Dawson?
Yeah.
Dawson is, I kind of put on, so my normal voice and then Dawson. Like, he's kind of like Australian American type thing.
Yeah, because
like with the whole like
Australian,
like used to trying to like teach Dawson how to say like snake in my boot and shit like that. Like trying to teach him how to sound American and shit.
It's so good.
Yeah, like it's still not my normal voice, but it is close. I think the closest was Bazza, and Hoop got rid of him pretty quick.
Just chopped him off. Well, like, if it wasn't during like the situation we're going through with like the server being the way it was, I would have been totally okay with him. But because of
like, here, follow me to Yankton, get back to Canada, you fucks. Like, oh, okay.
Dude, it was bad. It's because
they're definitely bad.
And
then I was like wearing the stubbies and the thongs and shit. And
dude, I'd finally bitched enough. that the admins were like, okay, let's actually see what this whole cop baiting weird, like, weird practices things were happening. And so I looked at it and I was like, not today, Scrap. No, not today.
Yeah. Out of all the days, you had to come around and fuck things up.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually, what do you guys think of these like new laws? Do you think they're balanced?
New laws?
The new laws.
What kind of new laws?
Like the new fines and everything?
Yeah.
I think it's sort of good because you get the people who really want to go out there and they just want to be the voice of chaos, right? They want to go out there and they just want to like be, let's rob this, and it got to the point, like on the test server, for instance, where people had such negative balances that they didn't give a shit. They went out there, they robbed something, that was no problem. They just bought other guns with the money that they had, and that was okay. Where like now, it's if you don't have enough money to pay your fine, you get an extended sentence. And people think, okay, well, it's only 15 minutes, right? I had to send 2 people away the other day for 45 to 30 minutes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I
They
know
were
who
sent
you're-
away.
I know who you're talking about. They were pretty. It was yesterday they were talking to me. Actually, one of them anyway. He's like, "I'm just gonna stay clear." I'm like, "Okay, sure, cool."
Yep. And the reason was that is because I literally had to like, because a lot of people don't know this, is I have a group chat. Me and Cheeky have a group chat with the Twitch RP admins that is only for situational cases. Like if something like on that server happens in which that I can't handle, that is like borderline breaking the rules, or is just like flat out cop baiting, or somebody is just basically saying, "You guys have set up your server this way. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you." If something like that happens, I basically put it in right away and ask them directly if there's something I can do about it. And like on my stream, you'll see me like after I deal with something that's really, really not like really, really dumb. I won't get angry or anything like that. I'll just park on the side of the road for like a little bit, or I'll tell like another officer to take someone else to the jail instead of myself, or something like that. Because a lot of the times, that's what I do. That I'm just literally saying like, hey, can I put this guy away for a longer time, or what do you want me to do in this situation?
Right.
And with it now, is they're really, really pissed off. Is if you have a negative balance or have a 0 balance and you can't be charged more than the fine you committed, you're either going to be there for a long ass time, or you're going to get a talking to. And you don't want to get a talking to.
I'd rather be there for a long time. Like put me in there for an hour. Just I do not want to be in trouble with admins. It's like my whole mentality. And I'll be quiet the entire time. I'll shut the fuck up and everything.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even kidding. That's really what I would do. I would just be quiet. I wouldn't do a thing.
Yeah. Which is also another problem why it's really hard for being a cop, is because everything you do is you're on a server. Everything you do is being recorded.
Yeah, it's also slightly controversial. At least in my opinion.
Is because you want to do this RP, you want to be like maybe a crooked cop and all these other things. And you can do that, but you can only do it to an extent, is because people report you. Like I can say firmly that I get reported on Hoop a lot. Like a lot. And a lot of it is because I yell at people or I make fun of people or I do everything like that. And it's mainly because, hey, it's not personal. It's not like I actually fucking hate your guts. It's because that's the character that I am playing. So a lot of people take that more personal and they're like, my feels! And then they clench their butt and they squirt diarrhea all over a report page. Yeah. And the admins have to look at it and they're like, stop being so mean to this delicate fucking flower, you monster. And I'm like, I didn't mean to do that. And that's a majority of what it is. And it's dumb.
I was about to ask you something. I totally just forgot. God damn it. It had to do with Hoop though. It was I guess my other thing is like how, like now we know how you kind of deal with that retrospect of the RP where things get a little bit to the borderline of breaking rules. Now for us, I'm gonna call us normies because like how do you deal with people who are normally kind of really pushing the limit or going over that boundary as Dawson?
What in regard
like if somebody's breaking like let's say RDM KOS or whatever, or just genuinely not giving a shit.
I'd keep everything to roleplay. Yeah. Like I'm not like if someone's like RDMing and shit, I'm not the one just to go around and say, all right, you're fucking reported. Like I can't do that. Like
It just breaks the immersion altogether if you do.
It does. So I try and role play the situation out, and then by the time it's already played out, I've completely forgot about like that it happened. Yeah, I do kind of get like pissed off when people are like salty as fuck and they're comarized and they're like, "He shot me, arrest him, officer." It's like, well, that's funny. You know, you're talking when you're fucking in a coma and shit like that, kind of like subtle shit.
God,
like
I'm
just
guilty.
to stay in character, but to tell them that like, dude, you're fucking up. Like, just stop it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, the only thing I feel I'm really guilty of when it comes to like the coma stuff, like I've obviously we've all fucked up at least a couple times. I think something that I need to personally work on is I am not really talking like I'm injured when I'm in a coma as much as I should be, or talking too much, which is something I'm definitely.
Well, there's a difference between role playing injured and just straight up salt. Like I go like, "You bastard," and shit like that. When other people are just like, "Hey, you fuck."
Yeah. I hate the most is when someone reports a crime when they're downed.
Yeah, or
like
I snap a little bit when people talk on the radio and they're in a coma. Like,
oh God,
that is that's my biggest pet peeve when we're doing cop shit. When people are in a coma and are talking on the radio.
Yeah.
And then normally, I think like you and I, we have like the same response. We're like, "Are you like hurt? Are you in a coma?" And they're like, "Yeah," or they're doing it injured. And I'm like, "Oh, then how the fuck are you talking on a radio right now? That's amazing. You got to teach me that move."
Yeah, like you just play along with it to tell them like, "Hey, you're fucking up. Just shut up."
Somebody just asked, people make server events sometimes to force people into new RP outside of Garage RP. They're basically asking, are there any future plans for more events? Kind of like like the armored truck thing or cannonball runs. I don't have any plans, I don't believe. Do you guys have anything like going on?
Well, they've added the new racetracks in now,
They did,
so
yeah.
I guess people can start. Like, there's been like no races going on. I haven't been, except for last night, which was like epic, like failed epically. There was only like 3 of us, and one ended up in the water.
The only
But
thing
yeah, like
soccer
there's
than
so
him
much
is the
shit
ocean,
now.
dude. Aside
Like there's like more shit added now. Like yeah, it's only like a couple things like the racetracks and stuff like that. And like the whole weed event and shit like that. Like Cheeto and I were trying to find the laundry mat. We were so close. Like we were undercover and we were tailoring people and shit like that. But yeah, unfortunately I did forget to like hide my screen on where the location is. And yeah, literally like 5 seconds after we found it and left, the robberies were pinging like crazy.
Yeah, they were. They were.
It was like meta.
It was,
but
though.
yeah, so like, there's not really much because everyone just wants to grind money. Like, do a race or something. You.
Well, like the armored truck runs, which is something that I started. Like I started a long time ago. The armored truck thing was tough because we did it to promote like server RP, and it's one of those things where it's very Grand Theft Auto Online-ish, right? You show up, you fuck up this car, and that's it. You get money for it. And it's mainly just to get your fucking craziness out before like actual RP. And one of the main problems we ran into was the cops don't have our own like reserved money. All the money that the cops use for hostages and bank runs and all this other stuff is our money. And it's horrible. It's really, really sucks. So whenever we want to do something like that or do anything, we have to contact admins and see like, hey, can we get a certain amount of money for this event and stuff like that? And then afterwards, can you remove it? And you basically have to get everything babysat unless it's your own money.
Well, yeah, you had the first time it was like Shorty, right? Was in there, and maybe a second time you had Shorty Hage.
The first time we had Shorty. He was actually part of it, and I basically said like, "Hey, Shorty, I'm doing this," and all the money was mine for the first run, and we got there pretty much unmolested, and so we got to the Polito, and he's like, "Okay, well, we'll just double it. We'll do this money," and then we finally, I think it was up to like 500,000, which at that point was a huge thing. And we finally got beat up, and someone got the money, and we never asked for a refund. We never asked for anything, but it's funny because Barney Schwartz showed up at the PD, and it was Mitch trying to like stay in character as much as he could while giving the cops money back for the event. And he was like, officer, here's the money. Some man gave it to me. He said he's from the city. Here, take this. And he gave me like 500,000. And I was like, oh, thanks, Barney. It was like the most like awkward transition ever, but it worked out.
Yeah, like dude, I don't know how he stays like that. You know, when he's doing like, you could tell when Mitch is trying to do like an admin thing a little bit. It's very rare, but it does happen.
Yeah,
but you know, like Barney would not do that, and it's always really funny when he's kind of like on our side for a brief minute, and you're like, oh, cool, Barney Schwartz is helping us out for a second here.
Yeah, or it's like, I think my favorite thing is when an admin wants us to do something, and they have to say through their criminal characters. So like we had this one idiot who was in the middle of the dance club, who I think Bold Cactus dealt with, Boldy, and he went in there, and this guy was making rape jokes, like just something that's super super bad that you can't do on Twitch RP, and it's very very offensive. No one wants to bring it up at all because that's a good way to just get out of there. But this guy was a brand new RPer, and so Barney Schwartz shot him and kept him there, and EMS tried to pick him up, and then he kept him tased on the ground. So this poor man was being tased over and over and over again by Barney Schwartz until Boldy got there, and then basically Barney was just like, officer, I believe the city wants you to put this man away for this long. It was just like, oh, Barney, they said that. And like you have to like act skeptical, but like you still have to do it. But
like, oh, the city's talking to you. Why the fuck they're talking to you? But all right, you got a official
give
letter
me
in
a
your
call.
hand and
Deals
everything.
bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, I like when Joe Fudge is playing like Thatcher or Floyd or something like that, and he's with us throughout the day, and he sees everything that goes on. And, you know, regardless, like in character, you know, obviously all of us that are in this little thing right now, we're all technically in character, obviously. We're all above him in rank.
Yeah.
But, dude, I feel like I have, what would be the word?
Guardian
like,
angel.
Yeah, like a fucking brace on my back, which is, it's so nice to have him around when he's doing that.
Yeah.
And then he goes and plays Eric. And I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Everything's going downhill now. But it's always really fun. That's why I like the admin so much. Yeah,
it's great, but it's the change of attitude, the meta attitude. Like when you run into RP with a admin, or for instance, well, it's even me or somebody else. A lot of people on the server will totally change their attitude as soon as they realize, oh, hey, it's this player playing another character.
Yeah.
So like, if you saw for instance, if I saw Scrap as another character, I'd be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna hang out with this guy. I don't know who he is, but this guy seems like a real fucking cool dude because it's Scrap. Whereas like if you ran to my character, you'd be like, something's gonna happen. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but something's
it's actually quite
happen.
good though, because you see a character fucking around, and then like you look up the top and you see like who's voicing it. It's like, okay, cool. Like you feel more comfortable. Like
like,
seeing, like,
I'm RPing
character
with Hoop right now. Everything's
it's
fine.
like oh, it's Hoop. Okay, cool. Like we kind of bounce off each other. It's kind of easy, so you just play along with it.
Yeah. But then you run to people who, like, for instance, people you've arrested a lot, like over and over and over again, and then like,
and they've come back more saltier, and more angrier.
Yeah, and you walk into the friend group and say they're like, for instance, of course, a lot of the people who sit in the parking lot all day and do like, just do fucking jack shit.
They do not.
They're not my biggest.
Like,
they're not my biggest fans. They're not your biggest fans either. But if you come back with a different character and you get near their group, they'll accept you a little bit more, but they'll like alienate you heavily. And it's like, if it was a random new player, if you're a random new player, they'd accept it right away. But like,
we got to work.
See that little name top above the top. They're like, oh, clench the butt. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, have you noticed how like you can tell by the voice and stuff like that? But there's some people, I'm not going to name them. They change
Mhm.
their name and stuff because I think people are really weary of RPing with them. You know what I
Also,
mean?
well, yeah, that or they're trying to hide from certain people that will follow them around.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, that's
which I
true.
did
Like,
that to try and not get like on Scully. I changed my name so
Mhm.
for meta reasons, so like people can look at the numbers and be like, "Oh, I don't know who this person is." To find out that it was Scully, it's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Like it's yeah, but you can't do that anymore.
yeah,
Well, I think you can. You have to contact, some people if you want to actually do that. Which, trust me, they'll be okay with it if they know about it for certain
Mm.
situations. Be like for instance, I am looking into it, to be honest, for some characters, because if I want to put on like another character and put on like a voice modulator and have people not know it's me, I think that would be a very interesting thing. It's because a
Yeah.
lot of the times it's just like you get to see things from outside's perspective. Whereas if I interact with somebody on like Argo or Eric, or if I made a new one like fucking Steve Handy, people still gave me like a sort of like breath of like, this
Steve
guy
Hand.
is hoop. I was like, fuck.
but then you have these other characters that legitimately mean no harm whatsoever, like Wallbacher. Probably that was one of my favorite things to do that day, or like that entire week. We made it was like Mermaid Boss 2, I think, or something like that. And then we were talking about making like a third one. It was like Mermaid Boss 2, The Revenge, or whatever. Or Mermaid Boss 3, I don't remember. It was
Oh yeah, we're
so
talking
fucking
like
good. I
third
am
one,
gonna
yeah.
try to edit all that stuff together. It's gonna be horrible, but I'm definitely gonna try to actually make a video out of it. 'Cause it was just like way too good. Like we have
Yeah.
Gay with me in the rocket vaulting, and he's like, "Hasta la vista, baby," and then he hits the rocket and he goes flying off into the ocean. Yeah, I'm Chloe. It's like two dudes. One tried to be the central romance protagonist or whatever, the female Chloe, and then we had Pretty Fresh being who was Tupac playing. It was like another female or something like that, and then someone else playing a guy that's the love interest who somehow dies, but he's in the
Icon
last
Cat.
scene. Yeah, and he comes back. And
Yeah.
it was such a terrible like filming thing, but it was so fantastic because we had so many people and
Yeah, it was
you
all
made
good
everything you
RP.
made everything up on the fly, obviously,
Yeah.
because the scenes were so bad, but they were like amazing.
Yeah. uh,
And then you had to pretend because we're like method acting, and you had to pretend to be Al Capone or whatever. It was great.
oh yeah, it
It
was
was
so
so
good.
good.
And it literally just happened out of nowhere. Kitty, I saw you say me I'm smelling your
Now, we have
Sorry.
never actually talked about this, but I know you've talked to other people. I've talked to other people. What do you think about the whole like alluding to being Ridley's father thing? I personally like the vagueness of everything
I think it's hilarious.
because I know what you're saying every single time. I'll say like, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" I know what you
Yeah.
mean, and then you're like, "Oh no, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go talk to Emma or something like
Gotta
that."
go. Yeah.
Yeah. I got oh shit. And then,
Yeah,
like, even
like,
the other day at the PR meeting we had, I was
Yeah.
like, my dad, he left a flaming bag of dog shit on the fucking door and said, my life's gonna be that. And you're like, oh, yeah, oh, wait. And then it was just hysterical. And then it gets to your turn. I was like, well, one time I left like a flaming bag of, and you talk about something else. And I'm just like, oh, that kid must have been a real fucking dick. Probably deserved it or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
That's
like it's
definitely
like
something.
like it's always like very very obvious like when it's like brought up and ever like I always get people in my chat like saying, oh, like is Hoop his dad, blah blah blah, and it's like we never like fully address it, but like there's like little moments like when like Ridley be like, yeah, I'm really good at this or something like that, and I'm like, yeah, it runs in the family, and I'm like, oh, never mind, we gotta go.
I'm like, oh, you know my mom? It's like, yeah, I knew her way back when, like 30 years ago. I'm like, oh man, I was born like 30 years ago. Yeah, you must have seen me around like once or twice, or something. Like that hasn't specifically happened, but it's basically what
Yeah,
it alludes to.
I've done something similar with Manpon's character too, and it's sort of like this chain of like how many kids does Hoop have?
Yeah,
Fuck is this?
seriously.
Yeah,
Like-
but it's like it's always funny with Pawns because Pawns will be like, "Yeah, I was born in that Tennessee, blah blah blah," and Hoop never said he was never there, and I was like, "Yep, I've never been there or had the famous pea soup." Just like obviously strange things. Like,
Is it with Bo or is it with Harry?
oh, it's with Bo,
Oh.
definitely Bo.
Oh man. Yeah,
It's
I've-
because the fucking he's bald and has the fucking cowboy hat, dude. It's like, yeah.
it's pretty funny. I think I'm doing something like that with Kevy now, except I'm being like really pushing it and stuff like that. I'm like, Kay Shay, you might be a cop, but I'm your daddy. Just remember, instead of teaching you how to play baseball, I'm gonna teach you how to rob a bank like a real man. And then you're gonna drop that stupid blue uniform and you're gonna be Little Dick. Or something like that. You know?
It's kind of funny, like how we just adapt to that. Like, I'm pretty sure Jamal's dad is Papa John. Like it just happened one day. It's like, yeah, that's my dad. Hey there, son. You got cocaine. Oh shit. It's funny how we just kind of mutually agree on the spot, like, yeah, this is how it's gonna happen. It's quite good.
Or kind of like
dude.
how Chief, he has the same player model, and you like walk up to him, "How you doing, Papa John?" Or something like that.
Yeah, he fucking
he owns
They'll
it.
say
he
he's Papa
impersonates
John.
Papa John.
Yeah.
Been doing
It's
that
like,
for
you
a
son of
while.
a bitch.
It's so funny though. Like his voice matches his character to a T.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
You can
amazing.
tell Chief from anyone.
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah.
His voice is very distinguished. It's always really
Oh
good.
god, dude. Can we talk about that for like a second with like the fucking with those guys and the army that they have that I tried for so long to get rid of them.
If you want to, sure.
But like with the fucking like everyone likes those streamers, of course. Like, you know, it's one of like a big attraction to the server. But a lot of the reasons they chose Twitch RP is because they didn't want to be picked out for being who they are, right?
Right.
That's the reason they're not playing on like, you know, on the server or anything. They're playing on Twitch RP because everyone else is a streamer and they'll get good content. But like with any server, the fanboys come out. And the fanboys come out, they stalk and they follow, and as much as they want to be part of the RP, they usually make the RP wars.
Yeah, and, then
And
they
so
end up
that's
getting
when
killed and stuff like that, or arrested or whatever.
Yeah, they're
and
forcing themselves into the storyline and shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's when for the first time I started bringing out the stalking fines. And I think I messaged all of you. Like like both of you guys, like, hey, if this person are clinging around too much to this person, let me know. And like it took a while, but like it finally got dealt with, and like the people were very, very happy that some of their fanboys, they can't actually say that, you know, that their fanboys were annoying because they're, you know, you got to maintain relations with your fan base. But they're pretty happy that we actually looked out for them.
Yeah. Something I definitely try to do for them as well. Because sometimes they get thrust into some pretty shitty situations,
Yeah.
you know? Like even you do occasionally, like I'll come across and there's like somebody I know you're not really with or something like that, but they're just around you. Like you see, like the first time, I'm like, oh, it's this person's just there. Second time, I'm like, oh, okay, it's coincidental. Then like third, fourth, fifth, see somebody that's just been following you throughout the day, and it gets really awkward, kind of, because they just walk into a conversation I'm like having with either you or somebody else or whatever, and like, look at my dick, dude. Like, yeah, I'm part of the story now, dude. And it's like, can you please? I'm trying to pretend to be a cop right now. Like, I don't have a law degree.
The worst is when they use meta to get into your storylines. Like, it is just the fucking shittiest thing. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Of course, you have to roleplay it out because, like, you know, roleplay.
I just hate when people show up where I'm at, like out of nowhere.
Hey?
Like when people just show up where I'm at out of nowhere. Like I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, like you're on the top of Mount Chiliad, and then like some dude is like, "Saw." It's like, where the hell did you come from? Like,
oh, I just wanted to see the view. It's like, righto, dickhead.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that does always get me a little bit. Well, mostly when it happens to other people, because it doesn't happen to me too often. I'm like relatively smaller, thank God, and I don't have to deal with it too much, but you guys definitely have seen it quite a bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I love it. Like tomorrow, like I'll be sitting there, like stroking my Twitch penis, like saying, "Ha ha! I'm a panda. I'm a cool kid." Blah 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 blah. Blah.
I did it!
And, like pooping my diaper.
Yeah.
But like, it took me like what a year and a little bit of change to get there, and I worked my fucking ass off. And like, you get like a little bit entitled, I guess, to certain situations, is because you sort of demand better from people, which a lot of the times either they are better and they improve themselves to match the situation, or they just completely fail. And it's hard to realize a lot of the times that, hey, these are brand new RPers a lot of the times, and I can't sit there and be like, wow, this dude has no idea what he's doing, and I can't call him out on it because it's new. And I just stop myself a lot of the times and just sort of like take a deep breath and be like, all right, let's try to convince these people to try something out of their comfort zone and have them grow as a character and a RPer.
Yeah, you take like if I'd noticed like they're new and shit, like kind of like stuttering and stuff, you usually like take control. Like you do most of the talking, and whenever you do say something to them, it's a question form, so they have to like answer it, and it kind of makes them more comfortable.
Yeah.
But there's a difference from people to new to RP that want to try an RP, and the people that are new to RP that just want to scream in the mic and ruin your day.
Yeah,
because those people have like no time for us. It's like, nah, mate, you can just get out.
Yeah, like,
but yeah, I do try and help out new RPers because I'm new myself. Kind of.
Yeah, exactly. You grab them, and be like, "Hey, you want a storyline?" And then they're either like, "No," or they're like, "Yeah."
It's like, too bad.
Yeah,
You're coming with
very
me
shy.
anyway.
It's kind of funny though, because I'll be talking about, like, I'll be like Dick or something like that. I'll be like, I'm gonna get that goddamn Vita, I'm gonna cut his face off and put it over mine, I'm gonna put him on my mansion and everything. And people get freaked out. They're like, this dude's fucking nuts. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like,
So
if
good.
you could do something to your worst enemy, what would you do? Like, I would shoot him in the back of the head. I'm like, but that's boring. You gotta get creative with it. You gotta be like, I'm gonna cut off his legs and I'm gonna smack him around with it, or something like that, And they're just like, you're like really fucked up. Why are you talking to me right now? And then they slowly get away. And then there's other people who are like, this dude's fucking nuts. And then they start RPing with me, and then we end up robbing a bank, or we join a gang, or we start a gang, or something like Frag DJ. Frag DJ and I.
Oh, DJ is perfect.
He's amazing.
Bitch.
You remember you had it was like your sad moment. And me and him started a Redneck Mafia. We started combating Scully because we're like, this son of a bitch, he's like,
oh yeah, that's right.
He's hurting the city right now. We gotta take him out. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And it all started because we kidnapped. We just wanted to make some money, so we kidnapped. Well, we didn't even kidnap her. We're just like, hey, do you want to make a third of this money? And we're gonna ransom you off. You won't actually be in any danger. And it was Sneaky Shadow, and she's like, sure. So we go to the O'Neill Ranch. We have her in the basement. She's not tied up. She's smoking cigarettes and stuff like that. She's chilling. And Fantabulous, fantastic dude. Everybody, I hope, knows that. He's playing Faith. Shows up. You show up too, and you're like, I just want to let you know, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm like, all right, that's fine with me. How's your day going, Hope? It's pretty shitty. Emma just died.
Too good.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Just don't enter his house, I'm gonna shoot you, or something like that, And then Fanta comes up. He gives us $100,000, and he's down in the basement with us. And we're like, okay, here's your cut, Sneaky. Yeah, here's $33,000. And she's like, thanks. And she starts freaking out. We just drive away, and then we start the Redneck Mafia. And we're like, we're just gonna commit some crimes. And we see you're not like, you're pulling off the press tube. And we start combating Scully. It was just amazing. Like, that's what I kind of mean. Is like, you meet people on the server who kind of just vibe with you, even though you've had no real prior interaction with them. All my prior interactions with DJ were arresting him. That was it. And then all of a sudden we just came together. It was amazing.
Dude, fuck.
Oops.
Well, the thing is, like, a lot of the times is a lot of people who
How to rob the bank with dick. Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
had
There's
super
there's some of the
shotgun.
new our peers who are playing cops. Is they get the need to win and the need to impress.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of them are like, if a lot of them are still like rookies, is because I'm waiting to see that one factor that makes them better than just a rookie, right? I want to see them lose.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing I look for is like whenever I chase Frag DJ, like one of the things is I think Scrap, you were still a rookie at the time. I forgot. I think it was, but we were chasing Frag DJ, and we're in the middle of like having a conversation with him, and we're like, we're about to arrest you. And he's like, squirrel, and we like looked behind us, and then he like ran away, and we let him get away to chase him again.
Yeah, that's it. Like if it's good RP, like the whole like me and Cheeto rocking up to the bank, and there's Eric the Daft behind the fucking counter, like let
Larry
me check
Larrington's
your
dad.
credit history or some shit like that.
Larry Larrington's dad.
Oh yeah,
And we're like going over
right,
loans and stuff like that. People in my chat were like, "Dude, this just shoot him." I'm like, "No,
like, we
this
didn't
is
even
great."
like. It's great. Like if it is good like that, they should be able to be like let go.
And then
like,
I was
credit histories and shit. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, like just yesterday.
My punishment was I had to hang out with Larry for the entire day.
Wait, you killed yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up killing myself.
It's really great. And then he's like, it was heartbreaking to watch that though.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
oh,
Dad,
I felt so bad.
Dad, Dad,
oh man,
Dad, and he just kept going. And you're like, oh no, this is
like, yeah, that's
heartbreaking.
right. He wasn't wearing a shirt. It's like, hey, you're Larry's dad.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Just yesterday, it was Game with me and somebody else. I don't remember who it was. Might have been Cast. Yeah, no. I think it was Fizzgig. Fizzgig is playing like Jason, who's playing with Game with me, and they were robbing a bank. It was very obvious, and I'm like, I had my little megaphone and everything. I was like, "Yo, what's going on, guys? What are you doing?" You know, had that little thing going off, and like, "Oh, we're just making a withdrawal, just checking our security, safety deposit boxes." Like, okay, well, why don't you come outside and just talk about this with me? So they actually do it. They come outside. They stop robbing a bank. I'm like, okay. So, like, what was going on? We got into, it had to be like a 15-minute conversation. It was about like shoes and churros and like food. But it was like good conversation pieces, things you would legitimately talk about in real life, except it was kind of satirical. And then I was like, I'm not going to arrest these guys. I just let them go. If they give you something in return, then I'm willing to just let you go.
Yeah.
I guess like another issue with like new cops coming onto the PD is rankings. Like everyone's expecting to be ranked. Yeah, it's like
taken
you
way
just
too seriously.
not gonna change. Like it's.
And I was definitely guilty of that like a while ago. Now I don't give a shit because I'm a cop. I get to do realistically what I need to do regardless. You know,
you don't give a shit because you can't get ranked up anymore. That's why.
It's not even that. Like, dude, once you're
he's already prestige level 50.
Once you're past the rank of rookie and like you're a deputy, you have all the same tools that we do. Essentially, except like in character, we get to tell you certain things to do, but it's not like all the time. Like Hoop's not saying, Ridley, you're gonna go pick up my coffee, all right? Like it's never like that. It's something stupid. It's like it's just like we got a 1090 over at Blaine County. Request immediate 1078, and then some people will be like, I'm in the middle of something. I'm like, drop whatever you're doing.
Now.
Go now. We need your help. That's the only time where like, hey, come on. This is where the in character stuff is taking place. Go. Very, very rare.
Speaking of that, though.
What is that?
Because speaking of that, because my character doesn't bend to like a lot of help and like doesn't boss a lot of the cops around too much. Like Cooper will yell at you if you fuck up, right? And I'll yell at you in character, and that's the equivalent to like a lot of people have been yelled at in character, and I can now I have the option to like fire people as cops. But it doesn't mean you get kicked off the cop force. Your character gets kicked off the cop force, but you can always make another cop character. And that gives you another chance. You're not like getting totally bumped off. But one of the big problem is wow, fuck, what was I saying? Oh yeah, never mind, not a big problem. But is if Hoop dies, you're going to be getting a new sheriff. And a lot of people have just said, like, is it going to be, Paul? Is it going to be cheeky as sheriff? And we haven't talked about it, but it might be. But the main consensus is it might be just me as another character, like being imported in.
I would prefer to keep you as a sheriff. In all honesty, I kind of prefer it.
Yeah,
like
just go completely opposite to what like Hoop is. Just be like really
like shy and stuff like that.
I already have a name. I already have a name for the next sheriff. His name is Preston Garvey.
Preston Garvey.
And
is he posh?
All he's gonna do is keep telling everyone else to do work while he stands around PD, and he's gonna say, "Another civilian needs our help. I've marked it on your map," and that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, no. Goddamn Fallout. God damn it. It's endless.
Somebody did ask, were there any characters you created that didn't work out and had to like get rid of, scrap off?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've had a lot of characters that I just thrown in the trash.
I literally toss so many characters in the garbage can. Like, I do every now and then. I'll literally like stop playing Hoop. I'll get too stressed, stop playing Hoop, and I can't play him. Otherwise, I'm gonna start breaking Twitch RP rules and shit. Yeah. And so I'll play a different character, and I'll literally tell my chat. So chat, what are we playing today? And they even tell me like another character, or they'll try to give me like a little bit of ideas. Or Jake Gyllenhaal was just chat as RP.
Wait, what? You made
I had a character. I had a character. No, I had a character. He had no name. He had no memory. And he started out just as amnesia character, and literally like my entire chat went through, and they basically said what I would do in certain situations. And whatever was said the most, I would do. And so we started going around and talking to people. And so I was in the middle of, I think, Joey Braga Baronets talking to everyone as the DA, and I don't know what was going on, but there was that weird thing with, oh, you're Night Watch, you're not actually a good guy, blah, blah, blah. And he was in the middle of doing everything, he's asking questions, and so my character raised his hand, and he was like, all right, and you new guy, what's your name? And this is the first time I ever talked in character, and all I said was, what's my name? And everyone just there was like a pause, and everyone just looked at him.
Where am I?
And
fuck yeah.
And then Joey Bragg is like, you look like Jake Gyllenhaal, and they're like, I am Jake Gyllenhaal. And I went around, and a lot of people literally went around and just said like, you're a famous actor. I'm a famous actor. And I slowly built around that, and eventually got to the point where he was basically like a programmable robot that was made by Stranger for some reason, and ended up trying to save Stranger from becoming crippled, and then died in a fiery explosion in the underpass.
Everything goes back to Stranger.
It's because it's easy, dude.
He makes it. Yeah, he makes everything possible. Like,
yeah,
that's a good fallback.
He's the Willy Wonka of Twitch RP, dude.
He really is. He's like it's like a disgusting drunken wizard of Twitch RP.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing.
There's two weird things that happen. Some crazy weird shit. There's three weird things happen. Stranger makes some weird shit. Something with Humane Labs or mole people.
Oh man. God damn. Every time you walk into Humane Labs, you're like, every time I fucking come here, nothing good happens ever. Like some like talking dogs emerge from it, or like
when we tortured Insane Gwynplaine, that was a good moment, at least for us. I mean, I think he had fun too when we tortured him.
Who was that?
We tortured. It was like Insane Gwynplaine. He was playing. It was like Dr. Rhino before other people.
Oh yeah,
that character.
That's right.
Why did we do that? I don't remember.
Oh, because like, so he was trying to play like an antagonist, right? Like against the PD, and like he poisoned the like waterway, and like Dawson had to get the antidote and shit, and try and like throw it in the water and like save it. and stuff like that. And then I called you for backup at Humane Labs because that's where he went. And then that's when the whole thing, he's like, I'm an evil genius and shit like that. And then like there comes Ridley that just like knocks him out and starts pulling his teeth out and shit.
Sets him on fire.
Oh wait,
shoots
no,
him,
because he wanted to kill Larry.
Oh no,
He-
because he
he-
did kill Larry.
Did
And,
he?
yeah, he did. Like, obviously, it wasn't a perma kill. Like, remember Zonda kind of said it was every
I need
time...
to go to Humane Labs for something. And I was like, well, this can't be good.
We
And
see
so
him
we
weighing
follow
out in the
him.
middle of the hallway. And,
Yeah.
my character very much about making sure cops stay alive. Like, that's my dude. And protecting people. So when he sees one of his own get taken down by, in character, a scumbag, right? Like, just a random dude. Very, very pissed off and willing to totally go on a dark side, which you've seen with like, Hoop or my character or a bunch of different guys who they have this like little flip of a switch. Like you have the very law abiding, you're going to be thrown in jail, you're going to pay for your crimes and you're going to get the help you need. And then it's like the one moment you go over a boundary with them, we totally flip and we're going to hurt you. Like really bad. Like Scully got chopped up into pieces because
Yeah, see, that
he
was,
killed
oh my God.
or Fanta got set on fire because of something. I don't remember what he did, but I think we all kind of have that. Like you were a corrupt cop at some point, weren't you, Scrap?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was going down a dark path with Dawson, but
You kind of
changed
flipped
his
it around,
life.
yeah.
But now he's like, as he got the rank inspector, he's now trying to expose the biker gang, but intentionally like working with the biker gang type thing. So yeah, like the whole like undercover crooked cop type thing. And yeah, it just mixes things up because like if you're a cop, you're like, okay, I'm gonna patrol around here and just go to fight calls. Like you kind of need to branch out and just do different things on the same character.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, fuck, I'm gonna be a corrupt cop. Chasing down Argo and like, all right, Argo, I'm not gonna take you to prison, but this is gonna cost you. And it's like, all right, here's like $50,000, that thing, and you just let him go. Like, well, it's like Doctor says, everyone likes the greasy cop story, so
Yeah.
Somebody
but it
asked.
depends on like play style.
Go ahead.
Anyway,
Somebody asked, do you have any good advice for a new person who has never done RP before?
play yourself.
Play
No.
yourself? I say
No,
the
don't
opposite.
play yourself.
Never.
I was
Never
like-
play yourself. That's my advice.
I always
Don't-
say
don't
find
ever.
somebody that
Don't-
you have met that kind of sticks out and just amplify their personality like 100%. Like be the most ridiculous parts of that
Well-
person you can be.
Your favorite TV show and kind of base your character off another character without being that character, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess.
Like Scully is the Joker, but he has his own identity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like he has like the Hamill voice and shit like that, but he doesn't do what Joker does. So, but yeah,
Just like
I
Hoop
guess.
is Barney the dinosaur, except he's not.
what?
What?
What? 2 + 2 is 4. Ah, makes sense, right? Okay.
You dumb piece of shit. I love you. You love me. I fucked your mother and left when you're born.
Oh my god.
Well, that kid was
Um,
probably a shithead anyway, Hoop. I mean, he probably deserved it. Don't feel bad about it.
I don't know, like
piece of
advice for
shit.
new people. I don't know, like
Go out of your comfort zone. Just go nuts. That's like, well, not like go nuts, but like if you say like if you're really uncomfortable, like say like a lot of people who start RPing are usually start around either when you're like a young adult or you're in high school, which is I find is like the average one people usually find RP in. Is don't RP yourself. Don't RP yourself. If you want to do TV, that's totally fine. But try to be something that you're not. Like, a lot of people just do that in general. A lot of people go out there and be like, I don't want to be myself. Myself sucks. Use this as an opportunity to be something that you want to be or be something totally ridiculous.
Yeah,
Either
exactly.
way,
It's a second life.
you get an opportunity. It's a second life without the erotic role play. It's really nice.
That all the bullshit.
It hasn't stopped
Fucking Second
everybody
Life.
though.
Dude, can we talk about that? Okay.
What,
I'm
erotic
gonna do,
RP?
I'm gonna do a public service announcement. Hey, if you're gonna jerk off on Twitch RP, first of all, don't. Second of all, if you instance and you do /me commands, or someone else is instanced and you're doing /me commands to suck dick, they can see that. And 100% of the time it gets screenshotted and reported. And so that means a lot of people are seeing you or your character go /I gently thrust his cock down my throat.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine to do in Discord or somewhere else. Just don't fucking do it on the server because it makes us all look
Go to
bad.
server 2 and go somewhere
And let's
very
just say
far
it is
away.
people
Or
that,
just
Don't go
all.
to server 2. Just don't do it. Just, God.
It is people that you least expect as well. It's quite strange when you find out.
Well,
like,
it's either the people you least expect or the people you know for a fact are already doing it.
Hey, remember that one time you're at this one place? Yeah,
Mhm.
I was there.
Yeah.
Looking
was
through
really
the binoculars.
Like I could hear everything.
Woof woof.
At that point, I think I just make them feel awkward. Like if I've ever come across them, like, what the hell are you doing? And then they're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm just hanging out with my girl. I'm like, yeah, something else is hanging out, you fucking weirdo. What are you doing with your life? You're in a public place right now. Are you fucking stupid? I could arrest you for indecent exposure. And then I really I don't bully them or anything. I'm like, come on, dude. Like,
No, I'll bully them.
go somewhere
I'll
else,
bully them
please.
hard.
If you are,
Excuse me, what are you doing? Nothing.
I'll give you something else to choke on, then you like shoot them in the fucking
See,
head.
that's why you do the good old intermission screen with the sexy music
Jesus.
playing.
See, that's the way it's done. Is because like,
And then you get
the
fucking
imagination.
people that moan over the fucking mic.
Dude,
Chaos.
Jesus.
Oh man, Jesus Christ! There was something else I saw in here that was pretty. It was like a good question. I just don't remember where it went. Well, fuck it.
Get distracted by the.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna even bother trying to find it. Oh, but how did here's one. I do have surprisingly I did prepare a little bit for this stuff. I have questions written down. We only went through like maybe a third of them. How did streaming become a thing for you guys? I'm actually like super curious about that.
Ooh, you want to go first, Scrap?
Yeah, mine's not really like I've wanted to stream for like years, right? Ever since discovering Twitch, I was like, fuck yeah, I so would want to do this because I'm a very like characteristic person and I think I'll do well with it. But due to good old Australia and our dog shit internet, I couldn't have been able to do it. So I've been wanting to stream for like years. But we just recently got the new internet NBN, which is like fiber. And now we actually get decent upload speeds and shit. But yeah, just ever since like seeing like people playing video games to like entertain people, it's like, fuck, this is like better than like TV, you know? I'd rather watch this than some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, with commercials like every
news
5
article.
minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
And they
like,
last 5 minutes, like the whole thing.
and
then
then just getting connected with people that like what you like. It's just really great. But yeah, it's just the thing that was holding me back was just the damn internet. But finally, now that we have decent internet, kind of, we can stream. And yeah, just like the whole like being characteristic. That's the good thing about roleplay is that to the viewers, it's like watching a movie and TV show, just like you said, Cheeto. And that's the way I want to branch my entertainment out as. That's why I go like the whole letterbox screen and like play the music over and like very, very like cinematic like shit.
Yeah, your sound. I gotta say something. Your soundtrack is fucking great. Like,
yeah,
I'm legitimately jealous of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even joking. Like, it's such a good. Like, I sit there, I'm like, I should have fucking got that song. I should have got that song. You know.
I did have like a thing on the bottom of my screen of like what song I was playing. But
I never paid
it's been
attention.
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn, that's a good song. That fits the moment. And then, okay, how did you get into the whole streaming thing?
Well, I saw a horror movie, and basically what the killer had done is that they'd abducted the person and they were live streaming the victim to their parents and the news. And eventually it came to the point where they thought they were bluffing, and they ended up cutting off a person's finger on the live stream, and it was like, oh my god, and it was like crazy, and it's a really, really cool scene in the movie. And I was like, I want to do that plus video games.
I want to
really
cut
cool.
people's limbs off. Oh, what is that movie? With like they're all like streaming and that dude's hand gets caught in the blender or some shit. It's like a video chat movie.
I don't know. It's like that where like the ghost is hunting them through Skype.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that only
that
came out
is
like what?
so
a
dumb.
year, 2 years ago?
I started.
like-
Yeah, but no, I started learning about streaming like I don't know 3 or 4. No, it's been longer than that. When I started looking at streaming when I was like 17 years old, so I don't know, ages ago, and so 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I learned about like streaming, and
Wait, you're
basically
23?
I'm 23. Yeah,
Oh my god.
I'm a baby.
I thought you were like 25 or 26. Originally, I thought you were 40.
Oh.
I'm not going to lie. I thought you
Yeah,
were
well,
40.
Hoop has
Yeah,
that
dude.
voice. It's like, wait, Hoop is
My
really
bald spot.
23?
That's my bald spot, dude. That's the problem. I mean, my
No.
bald spot I don't really have. I actually have a fro, but
Well, we're all 23, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
who's the youngest
There you go.
person in here? I was born in October of 93.
93
20.
suck a dick.
Okay, so who's the oldest?
No,
I'm 24
24. 94.
next month.
Yeah, see, Scrap's an old fuck, dude.
Wait, when do you turn 24?
Next month.
I know that.
No, this month. This month,
Yeah,
actually.
this month. September.
Fuck. Yeah.
Dude, you guys are older than me. I turned 23 in July.
Wow.
Yep.
Damn. You
Yeah,
don't,
We're
you
gonna have to
don't
get his
sound
consent.
or act like it in any way.
I'm a baby. But so yeah,
It's
so
the
I found
voice that makes him sound old.
I found out about it because of YouTube. Actually, I was really addicted to World of Warcraft back then. I was
Hell yeah.
doing the gladiator push, yo. And I eventually got it, but I
Oh,
was
nice.
watching some people like who did like a lot of stuff on YouTube, and then they would be like, "I'm live at this thing," and then I finally went over there and checked it out, and so I thought, "Oh, this is a thing." So I started streaming World of Warcraft, only to realize, "Oh, you can't do that," and so I eventually
was
quit doing that. Well, it's because it's a overfilled game, basically. Like the amount of people that are playing that are streaming World of Warcraft is disgusting.
Yeah, you would just get buried,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Very-
can't
very
get a start
saturated.
there at all. And so like the most I got doing that was probably like 7 people in my chat, and I was like, "Wow!"
I know it blows your fucking
And,
mind when you see that.
And then I ended up basically saying nah, and so I started streaming Fallout. Is because I really love the Fallout series and everything. So I was playing New
Hell
Vegas, and I decided I would stream it because I wanted to play New Vegas and do stuff. Started getting more people, got a little bit of a following, got 20 people in my channel doing that, and I was like, this is fucking amazing! I made $5 this month off of streaming. That's a sandwich. And I like ate that sandwich, and it's the most amazing sandwich of my life. No, it's a normal sandwich. But
You can get so many things off the dollar menu with that $5 though.
yeah. But eventually I started playing Ark before RP was a thing. And then they started coming with RP servers, and I was a bit confused about it. And I had seen a bit of it with DayZ, and I had played on a DayZ RP server, but I didn't stream it. And so I read into like Moon and all these other people, and I saw them playing Ark. And I was like, oh, okay, I've ran into this person. They're really, really cool, and let's see what this Ark thing's about. And so I got into a server called Ark RP, and then from Ark RP I went to Twitch RP, and then I went to RP First, and I was almost an admin on RP First, and I declined, and then I got banned from RP First.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that on your
Yeah.
stream.
I got the clip. Like, it's the very first clip in the Discord. And it was a ghost zone. It was
It was Scythe. Glitch Scythe? Yeah. So I RP'd as Eric, and I killed a pretty popular streamer, and he had double the amount of viewers that I had at that point. And my viewership had gone down significantly because I was no longer playing Twitch RP Arc. I was playing GTA, and this guy, it's actually in this. It's actually in the Discord, not the Discord, but the chat if you want to see it. And I did that, and that was Eric's original skin, and that's what I got. I got kicked off for that, and I got banned, without the server owner's consent, because I was really good friends with the server owner, and I got banned by two admins who didn't know who I was, and one of them was actually the guy who got chosen to be an admin after I declined, and then I got kicked off, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me, getting banned off that server. So I got banned off that server, and I went back to Twitch RP. I was really pissed off with RP first, is because I declined to be an admin, and some people got really pretty salty because I wouldn't do it, but I still play on the server, and they didn't let anyone be a cop. I think Scrap can attest to that. They only let certain people be cops.
Yeah,
Are you watching the thing? Yeah, there's Glitch Scythe, and there's the original Eric skin, aka Merlin.
Yeah, Bold Cactus is there.
Bold Cactus actually got banned for being my friend.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
he got banned just for being in association with you? Like, that's...
Yeah, being my friend. Bold Cactus got banned for being my friend, and also a man named Dark Days got banned for being my friend as well. And this is for a server. This is for a server that I was going to be an admin on, if I had said yes. I'm so glad I didn't say yes.
Well, my first ever interaction on RP, GTA RP, was actually a Hoops character, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're like shooting random cars, and you're calling buses like, "Watch out for the land whales!" And like, I think I was Casey's old skin, like his very first skin, the skater. Was the character that I chose, and yeah, just like, oh my god, this is a whole new world. After playing like Arc RP for like whole like 6 months prior. Like, what have I gotten myself into? My first interaction is goddamn Hoop on his goddamn sadistic character.
Yeah,
I wasn't even that bad then. I was literally like going through the garbage, like just being a hobo.
Yeah. It was really hard to RP with though, because you like just lost your shit. It's like, I'm going to go over here now. It's like, okay.
Yeah. You know what's kind of funny is how you remember Scrap. You remember before we both started playing on Twitch RP, you were kind of telling me like, you got to get on RP first. You got to get on RP first.
Yeah.
All this great stuff going on. I'm like, well, I got accepted on the Twitch RP, but not RP first because. You know, at the time, what I was saying, and you know, like this is not a shot at people who play on RP first at all.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some really fantastic people who stream over there. There's some fantastic people I know who play on there. It's all about having fun. But when I saw GTA RP, when I saw RP first for like the first time, it seemed very exclusive to me. Like they were trying to build something that was big streamers only. So that was the vibe I was getting. And there was like littler streamers that were down there who could kind of like run up a little bit so they can get some exposure. That's what it looked like. And now the atmosphere has totally changed, at least from what I see now as compared to what was back in the day. But I remember Scrap was saying, like, you got to get on here. I'm like, well, I'm on Twitch RP. Apply for Twitch RP. It's like there's not a lot of people here. It seems relatively fresh. And this is the only server I can play on. You know, like now I have different places. I was playing on Revolution before Twitch RP, and I was like, "Scrap, you got to apply for Twitch RP, dude." So he applies, gets in like maybe 3 days after I do, and then everything has just been phenomenal ever since. It's been a total ride.
Dude, I got so happy when Scrap got in. I was so happy when you got in Scrap with Papa John. Because I was like, well, my character got fucking roasted from RP first, got backstabbed, and I was super pissed. A lot of people saw me get super pissed, is because they basically went from being, hey, I'm your friend, to die, betrayer, and that's all it went from. And I was furious. Is because they basically had treated me like one of their friends, and then immediately like stabbed my back.
All because they stabbed somebody else.
They chose the biggest streamer.
They chose the biggest streamer, and he literally put in a report. Like he didn't even show. He didn't like. I can't show you the report, but of course, because I'm banned. Yeah, but the report that went through was, hey, I got stabbed by a guy, and the reason I stabbed him in the first place is because he beat up my character. So he beat up my character being knocked out but not dead. So my character was knocked out, not dead, had gotten up, and he was bullying Scrap. He was bullying Papa John. And so it was like that moment where like the bully is like picking on this like huge group of nerds, and finally one just snaps and goes, I'm not gonna take it anymore. And I stab, and then Scrap actually pushes him first. Scrap pushes him to get
so
away,
well done.
and I stab him in the back. So he gets pushed into the knife, and I just say, "All right, let's bounce, bitches."
Yeah, and then we walked off all majestically and shit. Oh, it was amazing.
And it was like, and it was amazing. It was amazing role play, and then it literally got me banned, and it was the stupidest thing I've ever been banned for in my life. I got banned for excellent role play in that situation, and it built up to everything, and it was perfect. Like it was one of my favorite moments in role play as Eric, because it was literally just do this, do that, done, and then I was literally just going around, and then boop, removed, and I'm like, I got insulted, and like just personally insulted, and I was super.
Yeah, because me and Cactus were like, "Oh, we'll go pick him up from the hospital, and we'll drive with you." And then like your character just jumps out of the car and runs off into the distance. We never heard of him again. That's when he got banned. It's like, oh shit, because Cactus is like, oh yeah, he got banned. I was like, that's fucking shit. And then I found like Cheeto told me to get on Twitch RP. I was like, oh, Hoop's on here too. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was like perfect timing. It was great.
And then there's just. Yeah, dude. As soon as I found out TRP had a GTA like server going on, I was like, I want to be on it, and I want to be a cop. And then Mitch was like, and I was like, and they're like, we're having Leonelli be the sheriff because he's an actual cop, and I was like, all right, Leonelli, make me your chief deputy, and he's like, oh, okay, and then Leonelli left for RP first, and that didn't work out for him. I'm sad because Leonelli's a good guy. But co-op gaming, he's a cool dude. But he ended up leaving TRP, and I just swooped in and took the spot, and it's been golden ever since.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. It's been, I mean, like, so, okay. What would you say to anybody that, wants to play a cop? Like, what would you tell them to expect or, not be surprised by?
To lose.
Yeah. Expect to be hated. Expect to lose. Don't try to be everyone's friend. Be an officer. Like you see, like when you get pulled over on the side of the road, a lot of the cops aren't going to be like, "Oh, well, howdy doody there, buddy." You're not going to have Andy Griffith from the Andy Griffith Show coming up to your car and being like, "Well, you see, what you did there was wrong." No, you're going to have some dudes. You'd be like, "All right, let me give you a fucking ticket and get out of here." And that's it. That's the mindset you have to be into. Is your job is to be a sort of a dick.
Yeah. And if you're not getting nicknames, then you're doing your job wrong. Like Deputy Dickhead and like
Deputy Dickhead. Like if someone doesn't call you a douche,
Sheriff.
Yeah, I think I started calling you like Sheriff Shitbag or something like that as dick. Like, what's going on, Sheriff Shitbag? Or something like that, Which obviously is never against you. It's just like, Dick Johnson's kind of a dickhead,
But yeah, like personally, when someone calls me bad names on Hoop, I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's because I'm doing my job.
It fuels him.
Yeah. It just makes
it's because like it's because it's making RP. Yeah. It's because if people are sitting there complaining about my character and they're like, "Wow, this character is such a fucking dick," or "This guy's, this," or he made fun of me for this, or he did all this other stuff. That's good because it makes them like want to commit crime. The more that crime is committed, the better, as long as it's not cop baiting. So if you have like more constructive crime, or like shit, if somebody kidnapped Hoop, I'd be like, yes, and like go along this adventure. And it's happened like a few times, but like when it happened like once, I got literally just fucked over and died in the car. And it's like
yeah. I noticed when like we're nice to people, which unfortunately, that's been like my stint as of late, and I fucking hate it. I got to get off that. Because my guy in the beginning, like you've seen me, I normally get yelling. I normally get loud, but as of late, it's been like this totally different thing where I'm just like, all right, this is what you're doing wrong. Get the fuck out of here. I do not want to see your face. Where it used to be like, you stupid fucking moron. You get in your goddamn car. You drive to the other side of the city. If I see you again, you're going to jail. That's what it used to be. You know?
Yeah, and that's why you became captain, motherfucker.
I know. I got to bring it back, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know how. I did it a couple days ago, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't remember. I was arguing with somebody. I'm not gonna name who. We were at the park, and they were just basically just doing everything they can to not leave. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna give you a fucking fine. And I was being nice. And Chief rolls up and stuff like that, and he's just sitting there, he's watching, because he knows like this is like the Ridley that used to be around all the time. I'm like, get in your fucking car, drive on, and drive the fuck on. Don't come back, like that. And she's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Drives away, go see the other side of the park. And then I'm like getting in her face a little bit. And I messaged you actually. I was like, hey, dude, is that section, like that parking lot across from Fleeca Bank, is that part of the park? Is that still loitering? I wasn't sure. And then I think I asked in the Popo channel, is it? Like, is that part of the park, actually? That's a personal question I got to know now.
Yes.
Okay, so we do kick people out if they're loitering over there then, right?
Technically, we kicked them out of the park and the PD and stuff like that. But loitering charges can literally apply to anywhere.
Right.
Like, there's the reason the loitering charges are there is because that's where people go to jerk off.
Right.
Metaphorically and actually.
I still don't get
tab out of the game. All right, Pornhub. Let's see what you got.
No, like that, like there's been 4 or 5 people that got caught ERPing in the parking lot. Not even in the bush, just in the parking lot.
Oh, what the fuck? He picks up the Snickers wrapper off the ground.
And like there's been like
pulls the Trojan out of his
because
pocket.
like there's been all types. It's been all types of things that just aren't okay. There's been ERP, there's been furry RP, there's been just a whole bunch of like really gross, weird.
Oh
creepy
yeah,
things.
the animals.
There's been people have been fucking animals, dude. That's something that happened.
The amount of talking animals in the city is too damn high.
That's one of the things why like I can't RP with some people is because I learned that happened. Like, if I'm not yelling at you, you know there's something wrong. If I see your character and just ignore you or leave, no, Lenny, it's not bullet. It's not. But if I see your character and just leave and don't interact with you, something happened where I just sort of don't want you on my stream.
Right.
So, like, that's the thing is because I like to RP with everyone. There's no bias whatsoever. I'll RP with people that if I hate their character in character, I don't care. I'll RP with you because that's the way that's the way it is. But there's some people. If I ignore you, you fucked up. Like you aren't good for my channel, and I don't.
You are not worthy.
Exactly. Yeah. And I hate doing that. I hate it so much that I have to do that to people. But the point is, I have to do that to people. So just. I don't understand why they have the need to do that, because it ruins my content, it ruins their content. It's just it's bad practice.
Yeah,
because you can't have that stuff on your stream to begin with. It's just it's one, it's inappropriate. Two, it's highly sexual, and you're not allowed to do that on Twitch in the first place. Like if you start describing, oh, my dick slid into her hoo-ha or some shit like that, you're using all these different terms and stuff like that. They're very descriptive. You could get in trouble for that if somebody reports you. Like, oh, you're allowing this con to be there. You stayed. You know what I mean?
Good old ERP. But yeah, like even like the fact where like there was an incident where someone full made their character nude and like ran across the screen. It's like, you're a fucking dickhead. Like,
yeah, it's like a fucking like the biggest asshole move.
Yeah.
Like we all know there's some people in the beginning of the server who did that a few times, which are now gone.
Let's just say that they're not around anymore.
They've been dealt with.
But like there's a few people who are brand new, they just don't know it, so they discover those like skins and they're like, ha, 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 I'm gonna be a guy with my dick out and like all this other stuff, and I'm like, don't do it.
Yeah. No, I definitely. It's something I remember in the beginning, like it was like my first day. I was playing Jimmy Slick, the lawyer, which
Yeah.
God rest
A
his soul.
Roachy family lawyer.
Yeah. So I was at like a pool party. It was like my first day on the server. You know, it's just meeting people, no idea who anybody is, and there's I don't want to name anybody, but there's
We already know who it is, but yeah.
a girl, right? This tits out. I'm like, oh shit, I can't fucking show this. I gotta turn around.
Yeah,
I gotta move.
About, yeah.
And like they were a totally cool person. I like them. They're really nice
Yeah.
and generous and everything, and they're great at RP. Or well, I guess like did very good. I think
Oh
for the
my
character she was
God.
going with was very good. Like it played the personality very well.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, I can't like show this
It's
on
a
the
one
stream.
character wonder.
Yeah. But I don't know. I still have fun with it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I was friends with that person and their husband
Yeah.
for a long
Oh
time.
yeah, we were talking about this last night.
Yeah.
I was good for I've RP'd with them for over a year, and they've been all right, but they chose a road which was a bad thing to choose. Is they tried to be controversial to get views,
Right.
and because they kept doing that, that was their downfall.
Yep.
And they basically went from like having a chance to do something good to just giving up.
Yep.
And it broke my heart, to be honest, to see this person, which I've grown to enjoy. And even though they only did one character each, like, you know, I enjoyed them. I, you know, respected their characters. I've been friends with them in character and out of character. And they basically said, like, hey, you know what you do for a living? Let me spit on it. And that's basically what they just ended up doing. They worked so hard to just throw it all away.
So I mean, like sometimes you just have to like stop and think, like, is this?
Appropriate.
I know it's a really out there character, but is it a buying like TOS? Not just Twitch RP TOS, but like Twitch.
Yeah.
Well, Twitch TOS is Twitch RP TOS.
Mm-hmm.
Is if it's not allowed on Twitch, it's not allowed on Twitch RP.
If it's racist, sexist, homophobic, if it's any sort of hateful or discriminatory or sexual, don't bring it. Is basically like my thing. Like I don't care what character you're trying to RP. Don't pretend that you're like a racist from Blaine County coming down and you're gonna purge people. That's not acceptable.
Jesus Christ.
Like I know that's a very extreme thing, but it, you know, like I'm sure there's people out there who've been like, well, what if I try playing this white supremacist guy? It's like, no, just leave him at home.
Yeah.
Throw that as far as you possibly can in the back of your head. Don't ever bring it out. You're gonna get banned so fast.
There's been a lot of times where people basically even mention the word rape, and that is not something you can do ever.
Yeah,
it's because you can say the word, you know, outside of RP, rape. Like you can be in college and you can be like, I raped that dude because you got a sick headshot and he 360 spinned and you did some crazy shit. But if you say that you're going to rape somebody's character, that is gone instantly.
That's like essentially saying like, I will rape you. IRL.
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, and it's like, dude, why, dude, stop, no, what are you doing? And like if you hear the R word, that's what like a lot of people call it. Is if you hear the R word in RP, the entire room, the entire street, wherever the fuck you are, everyone will just go quiet.
Yeah.
You'll hear like a split second of quiet and be like, "No, don't say that," or you'll hear like,
just stop.
Stop.
People will just go out of character. Stop doing what you're doing. There was one time we had a bank robber, and it was me and Cheeky were driving, and the guy was on my lap, right? And so was Cheeky. You remember when he was disabled, and we had to rush into the bank, and I had him dragged.
So funny.
That was amazing.
That was so amazing.
It was I was like Meat Beater and Meat Hammer or something like that.
Yeah.
It was great. It was really great, but. We bring the guy back and we're going down the road and he's alluding to like we're sexually harassing him. We're like, nope, that's not what's happening. He's like, then what do I feel again? I'm like, nope, stop. This whatever you're saying, stop. And Cheeky joined in him. He's like, yeah, stop. Don't bring it up. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah, that's one of the reason this few people got the 30 and 45-minute enjailment the other day. It's because they're doing something like that.
Yeah,
it's like, nope.
Yeah, people like I don't like you have a broad open field of things you can do. Making people feel uncomfortable with some sort of sexual or whatever, just like come on, like that's just like a there's so many other things you can RP about, and you choose that.
It's just
You can flip any situation when you're on the server. It's really easy.
Dude.
Bruh.
Yo, dude, do you want to join like the water polo team? Asa, dude, dab on the haters, yo.
Fuck, man.
Dude, we got to keep that going.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Definitely. They're gonna be like separate characters for sure.
Yeah, they're all. I already made a separate character for that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Love it. Some guy peed in my vape. Pulls a fucking
Some
gun
guy
at him.
peed in your
Shit, I'm
vape?
like,
Got
oh
my
man.
fidget spinner, bro.
And then Pew Pew is like standing on the steps. He's like, yeah, but like, dude, just vape it anyway. Hardcore 420 blazing. Dude, Pew. Like, you know, like shit like that. I saw, dude. Like, I see. That's like the best part. You come across these people that just bring it out of you, and like, yeah, I just got some free juice from my vape, dude. Like, fuck that guy. He did me a favor, and then you vape. It's like, oh,
it's so good, dude.
It's so
Do
good.
you
You
guys-
can flip anything.
You guys plan out your other character arcs with each other. Sometimes, if it's like, if you think that it's going to be well entertaining for the viewers, I like to sometimes plan things out with other people. But it's just a structure. Like we don't write down a script or anything.
Yeah, it's not like
It's pretty much like, hey, Cheeto, Scully's going to kidnap you, and then you're going to kill Scully.
yeah, and you're
Anything in
and here's
between
what you're
there
gonna
is just
say.
all improv.
Doesn't happen like
Yeah.
that. It's
Yeah,
like
it's all
I need you to
improv.
kidnap me, and you're gonna kill me. That's literally all that basically went down when
Yeah,
Scrap and I
That's it.
came together to kind
It
of
was
like
so
kill Ridley
bad.
off for
It was
briefly.
so bad. The server was crashing nonstop. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
just get in the fucking car.
But
And
everything
Hookers
else was
witness
great.
Ridley. Hookers witnesses Ridley just get in the back of the fucking.
He had a shotgun on me,
Dollface's
Hoop. I'm just
truck.
telling you, he had a shotgun on me. So that was the
in front
implication.
of like 6 people. Oh yeah. So like nothing always goes according to plan in
No.
your head. So
It was supposed to be. It was
Sometimes
supposed to
you
be a
do
lot
have to
different
do some
originally,
planning.
and then we kind of
Yeah.
impromptu did that, and video played. People cried. I hope they all cried. It was
it was pretty.
It was
I
great.
shed a tear.
It was awesome. And then we got to do the constable. We got to do the memory lane RP. That was great.
Yeah, taking like Scully around, like, yes, this is where I killed Shazza in front of Hoop, and then this is where Hoop cut us, like, Dollface and Scully up into a million pieces, and then we got taken to Humane Labs because Scully still had work to do.
Yeah, we go to Humane Labs, and we go to the O'Neill Ranch, and you're like, this is where I
Yeah,
looked up Emma.
and then we go to that place where Emma was supposed to come out as Nightshade, where like Hoop
Hoop
completely
walks away. Yeah.
Hoop just walks away. It's like, fuck you, Scully, I'm done. I was like, you're not supposed to be like this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was so good. It was so good because I was just literally sitting there like, she takes out the gun, points it at my character. I walk up to her, and I'm just sitting there like, do it. Shoot me.
Yeah.
Please
Because
do it.
It's like you were supposed to kill her. Like you were supposed to be the one that just
Yeah,
to fuck him
no.
up even more. And then you're just like, nah, fuck this. Get into some random truck. And like you
Mhm.
just drive off. And then Emma just jumps into the fucking water and swims the other direction. And there I am standing by myself, like, well,
Standing
was
there with your
great.
dick in your hand, like,
oh,
Yeah.
shit. But yeah, so RP never goes the way you plan it. Something always fucks up. Like an incident happened where like Heavy, he was getting kidnapped and he fell off the fucking building. Like,
Oh, God.
things
Yeah.
fuck up all the time. Like, brilliant.
the best RP is the random RP.
Mm.
Oh god, I don't. Since you guys are like new to Twitch RP with the GTA server, but there's a tradition on Twitch RP, which is TRP marriages or wedding ceremonies
Mm.
always need to have bloodshed. There's no
Yeah.
such
Red
thing.
wedding.
There's no such thing as a safe wedding.
Yep.
Like they tried to have one with
3.
Princess Minion and whatchamacallit and
Nolo.
Darius.
Yeah.
And I went around and I found Princess Minion randomly. I found her randomly, abducted her with my random character, and she got married to my one day character. Before, I don't know how they found us, but she might have told them, I guess, or something. But they found us in the middle of the mine shaft, and they killed us, and they kidnapped, quote unquote kidnapped her from the thing, and so they went to go have the actual wedding, and of course an informant told us where it was, and I went up there, and they had known that I'd kidnapped her beforehand, and they were all tense. They were all waiting for some crazy like shootout, guns drawn. I went there, got out, had my hands up, no weapons. My buddy Doomstick was out there, no weapons. We didn't have anything to danger anyone at all. Somebody shot me, and there's a little pause there where nothing happened, and then just gunfire just rang out, and everyone was shooting everyone, and I had not shot a single bullet the entire time. And I was literally just sat there, and I just literally said, "It's perfect."
And now the rains.
It's perfect. And just like I just permitted the character right there, and I'm like, that is the best death I would ever get for that character. And it was literally just to literally like take somebody's wedding and turn it into like a horrible, horrible massacre. And it was just, it was perfect. Like nobody else permitted there, but like it was one of those moments where like I know if there are other RPers there besides just them, a lot of people that I know would have just been like, all right, it's a death at a wedding. Done. I just left it and just made it like a big old memorable thing. But instead, it's just a perfect clip that I have.
Who were you playing
that
as when that happened?
I was playing a new character. I forgot what his name was. I don't even know. Like I played so many characters, I don't even know what his fucking name was. But I think it was something rednecky. But let me see if I can find
or
it.
something. Like Cletus? Clitoris.
Fucking clitoris.
Best day ever.
I think I posted it somewhere where it's. I'll find it.
Okay. So actually, how did you come up with like Eric the Daft? What was the focus?
Eric the Dav started a long time ago. Not even a long time ago, like a bit ago on Ark. So I was pretty done playing Ark at this point. I was very, very burnt out, and it just wasn't the greatest thing for me. It's around the time I started playing on GTA RP first, and I decided, hey, Game With Me is doing this thing, and I got to a point where I had like a few thousand followers, and I was, I consider myself medium-sized streamer, and I decided, hey, Mitch is doing this League of Extraordinary Gentlemen sort of thing, and I was going to be part of it, and I figured, well, what about a wizard? Like this, like super powerful wizard who's lived so long, like he's like Gandalf level old, like just super old wizard that has lived so long that he's literally has like Alzheimer's. So he's just a really, really old wizard with Alzheimer's. So he like could be like the king of like whatever and have this like long, horrible, like crazy backstory, but he can't remember shit. So he's this incredibly powerful wizard man who just doesn't know anything and gets lost all the time. And that's literally how it started. Is I was on Ark, and literally I'd be around Mitch's character, and he'd call me Grandma because his character was weird. And so he'd be like, "Grandma, what are you doing?" Blah blah blah, like weird things, and I'd be like, "Oh, I just made you burrito," and I'd have like a little like weird towel thing on my hat, look like a tortilla. And literally I just go around. I had a horse just named 1969 Dacia for PUBG. And it was still in beta at the time, I think. And literally, I would go out every single day with my radio and get lost, and find people in RP and literally guilt trip them guilt trip them in an old man way. Be like, I don't know where I am. You know where my grandson is.
My name is Eric.
Yep. And then whenever they asked what my
Nice.
house looked like, I described this giant, intricate like castle, like this like Knights of the Round Table castle, and there was nothing like that on the server. So they'd go around and they'd try to figure out where I was, and then eventually somebody would be like, "Yeah, Eric is ours. He's our grandpa. Can you bring him back to this location?" And then like by this time they'd already been like, I would literally lead them in a weird direction away from where I were actually supposed to go. So we'd be like in the middle of the snow looking for my home, and they'd be like, "Is this where it is?" And I'd be like, "I don't think so." And we'd really be on the other side of the world, and like this like beach house where Eric actually lived, and it was amazing. It was just the perfect thing.
And then
These
just
poor,
adapted him.
poor uncomfortable fuckers had to deal with my crazy old man. And literally, like a lot of the times, is like people would die, things would happen. I'd like lasso a fucking dinosaur, and it'd be dragging behind my horse, screeching for dear life. And it was just me just dragging people out of their comfort zone. That's all it was, and I loved it. And then I brought it to GTA, and everyone just made fun of him. They took this lovable old grandpa character, and because the way GTA is it's ruthless. With Ark, you can go around and you can be like happy-go-lucky, and you can be like just the nicest guy ever. You can be fucking Mr. Rogers, and people will be like, "Yeah, Mr. Rogers." But in GTA, it's criminal and cop based, so everyone's a dick to everyone. And so my poor old little man character got called a hobo, got called homeless. Someone tried to steal his bike, and just this
Make
all
fun
this
of his
horrible,
hat.
horrible stuff. Made fun of his hat and did this, all this stuff. And so finally, that little thing went off in my brain where it's like, well, I think Eric's going to be a bit more adjusted to this world. And then he became literally like the avatar of anarchy. It just became Eric the Daft.
Yeah, total chaos character you have going on. I remember the 1st time I encountered him, I was I think I was a corporal at the time, and just drove up to Blaine County off in the middle of the desert. So you trying to evade me. You're driving, it was like a silver, what was the car? It was like a FMG. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I bought an FMJ, so I saved up
Yeah.
like a few million to get like one of the most expensive cars, and then had this crazy old hobo man driving one of the most expensive cars in the game, and literally I would just lose cops. That's all I would do.
Everyone would just assume that you stole it. It's like, right, Eric, where did you steal this from? Oh, but it's mine.
It's
bullshit.
mine.
Then you check the plate, you're like, oh shit, it really is his.
Yeah.
But I remember we finally stopped you. It was you and Shorty. Shorty went off somewhere else. I was like, I'm focusing on this guy. I'm getting him.
Yeah.
Because he started it all. I'm taking him down. So
I think
finally,
the best is the mine shaft, though.
my
Like,
shaft is
we're
great.
all investigating, like, it was fucking creepy as fuck flashlights. But, like, it was so good because Hoop was playing as the sheriff, leading people in, and then he kind of, like, disappear and change his skin to Eric.
Oh, wait, wait,
Surprise, bitches! It just starts, like, shanking people left, right, and center. Killing them in the mine. Oh, it was amazing. Everyone was screaming.
Yes, Arius, I did know what he was doing. That's why I was telling him to stop. It was just a joke. I didn't actually want him to stop. When you're doing the number 9, the big smoke order, yesterday, when you had the hostages and stuff like that. Was it yesterday? Or maybe it was the other day. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Yes, I know what he was doing, Arius.
Sorry, I'm back. I died a little bit.
Oh, somebody was saying when Eric was doing the hostage situation the other day and he started doing the big smoke order, you started shouting at him to stop. Did you know what he was doing at that point? And it just said, yes, I know what he
Who?
was doing. You were doing the number 9, the big
Oh
smoke
yeah,
order.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
I
in
knew
the
what you were
basement, yeah.
doing. I wasn't like actually serious, like stop. It was like, just shut up, Eric. I need you to listen to me while I tell you what's going on. Like, that type
Yeah.
of stuff. That wasn't like a out of character thing.
Yeah, no.
Get
It wasn't
online
like
stuff.
you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Nope. You fucking hate. What, nothing like that.
Even though, Eric is totally Ridley's grandpa.
Dude, like, you know what I was thinking about the other, about a week ago, I was thinking about this. I was like, I wonder if Hoop is ever going to actually, like, confront me on this. And I was like shitting my pants for. I'm like, what if he actually does confront me on this whole like father-son RP thing that we got going on? I'm not going to be
Oh,
prepared for it.
Papa.
So I thought
I've
about it.
missed you.
I know what my response would be. It's going to be, oh, God damn it, Shaza's my fucking grandmother. And then I run away, drive the car, and just go away. And that's like the whole thing. Well, now it's not because it just told you, but whatever. Oh, jeez. Wow. Dude, we've been doing this for 2.5 hours. This is supposed to be 30 minutes to 45 minutes.
Great fun. Great fun.
Yes, definitely great fun. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. It's always really, really appreciated. This is the
You
first
got
time-
it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw the like any fucking time, man.
Yeah, jab right
And
in the
where's,
haters,
like-
man.
Oh,
That-
yeah, dude.
I
Suck.
shot,
It was
dude.
promised like free alcohol and shit, man. Like,
Oh,
what is
God.
this?
Oh,
one
scrap.
day we need to all get on as cops and just be like the saw cops.
Let's start a fraternity. We need to start a
Yeah, we can-
fraternity. We gotta get all the cops.
We're like all security guards. We're
Yeah,
just like,
Sod, dude. You got the mics on
Sod,
lemonade? Dab on the haters. dude.
Actually, as soon as I found the War Machine skin, I was like, at a situation, I want every single cop on duty just to dress up in the War Machine as
my
like
God.
riot control gear,
Yeah.
and we'll just line up and we'll just start walking forward.
Disperse. Disperse.
No.
Immediately.
Yeah.
My name is Aimbot003.
Perfect. That would be perfect, dude. But
Fucking garage attendant.
Yeah, I made a character in the War Machine that he like protects the garage and stops people loitering. It's fucking great.
that would be great. That would.
And then
be
he
really
like
great.
powers down, and like whoever's in the vicinity is like,
Please enter user credentials.
and pretty much they can control, use aimbot to their will.
had everyone just have like perfect robot voices except Hoop. Just be like, I am a robot, motherfucker.
You're gonna be like the bender of the war machines. You're just gonna need beer to fuel
Kiss
yourself.
me.
You have like fucking cigars and shit.
It's like a war machine with like a cowboy hat on. It's just
Yeah.
like, how do I smoke out of this?
Oh
That'd be
shit!
great.
But yeah, fraternity group for sure.
Sardines.
Yo, like, check out my fidget spinner, yo. Dab on the haters, dude.
Did you just like assume like agendas, bruh? Like,
Did you
it's
just
totally not
assume
cool.
my vocabulary, dude? I'm telling you, dude.
Like just going around it, like
Distinguished.
going around hitting on every single female character.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, but then you gotta
That's what we
like
were
every now
doing.
and then like,
Oh, this damn chick, man, Tiffany. She's like on my case. I think I'm gonna like dump her tomorrow. And just
Yo, she's got
Just
stats,
play
but
like-
she's also got a great ass, dude. Look at those curves. It's better than her smile. Dab, dude.
dad the haters, bruh. Dad.
Yeah. That was like
it's so
the
good. I
biggest
actually
thing.
made a command in my chat. If you do exclamation point bruh, it actually the bot comes back with the
Sada.
That's
Yeah.
really.
It's amazing. Everybody that we were
Fucking
having issues with, like last night, we're just like, we're gonna dab on you, dude. And then we just dab on them, we walk away, and they normally would not leave us alone. So at that
What
point,
about that dude though? Oh fuck,
dude?
that was so funny. How he called the cops because we were
Oh,
like undercover essentially, and he called 911. It's like there's 3 high school douchebags torturing or like taunting me or some shit. So we turn around in the car, go back. Did you like totally
Did you
tell our
knock on
dads
us,
on us,
dude?
bruh?
you knock on us, dude?
Yeah.
Dab,
Did you
dude.
like
Get out of
tell
my
my
face,
dad? We
dude.
like totally grounded
and like pushed him, and then no, I
And then he
punched him in
beat
the
the shit
face,
out of
and then
us.
like then he pulls out the crowbar and just kills us
It
all. It
was really
was
funny.
majestic.
We were gonna go to Mount Chiliad and just like launch off it, and then we get that call. We turn around, like, go dab on this hater, dude.
Did you like totally like narc on us, bruh? That
Like,
ain't cool, man.
I didn't think I was gonna have fun playing that character because we're just gonna go
It was
undercover.
so bad. Like since we know RP and we can RP, if like we're good at serious RP, right? And the fact that we could play such stupid characters, it just worked. It was so bad that it was good.
Yeah,
So
no, it was great, dude.
Oh god.
What?
RP out as like a bring your kid to work day and just like awkwardly assign Ridley to be my ride along.
Yo, Hoop, why am I riding in the car with you? I'm perfectly suitable for driving on my own.
reasons. Just it's for safety concerns to make sure that shut up.
Yeah, but like, why couldn't I bring my own daughter for this, father-kid shit?
She's like sitting in the back.
Daddy, who is this guy? He's my boss. I don't know. He wants to drive along with us and go on a fucking picnic. I'm not sure.
I'm like
what's going
awkwardly,
on.
I'm like awkwardly giving her like birthday presents.
You're slipping her like 20s. This is for all the times I missed. You
Yeah,
missed
all your
what?
birthdays.
When was your birthday? Oh, it was last week. Here's this dinosaur thing.
So, like,
just
wrapped
giving
up like
her-
a pretty, like you've taken your time just to like do it.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that would be pretty ridiculous. Oh man.
I'm a grandpa. Fuck.
And then Eric comes in. I'm a great grandfather. I can't do the Eric the Daft voice. Not nearly as well as you.
Oh, okay. I want a large number 9 and number 4. I want a humidifier and a dehumidifier and a closed room so I can see what happens.
Well, well, Eric, you already got your closed room. Then we throw the flares down there.
Yeah, through the flit. There you go.
Oh man. But all right, I think
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
definitely a ride.
yeah. I think I am gonna end it because I want to get back into RP, dude. Like,
I did good out there.
So good.
yeah, it's not, dude. What's going on, Dab on the haters, dude? But
All right.
I do want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Definitely talking about this stuff because people ask this stuff in our chats and they want to know.
Yeah.
So we dedicated a good more than almost 3 hours, almost 3. I think we covered a lot of good
Unless
stuff.
you want to do like one more round of questions from the chat.
Okay, I will. Does
Let's call.
anybody-
Ding, ding, ding.
I'm just gonna put it in all caps so they all know it's important. Does anybody have any questions at me right now? There we go. That's how you know things are like serious. It has to be in caps.
It's super
If anybody
serious.
else does, I'm gonna purge them. But if I do it, it's okay.
I like doing ads on the server in all caps just to make people angry.
Yeah.
Like half the time it's me, by the way, guys. I just want you to know.
I didn't know that.
What? What?
Half of the advertisements that are all in caps, and they're always just like random shit. It's usually if I'm playing Eric, that's Eric the Daft putting out an advertisement.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay.
And then you got the people, stop abusing the ad system.
Oh, and they're just like screaming like caps. It's like, and then they abuse the ad system to make fun of you using the ad system. It's like
I know, what the fuck is that? Or they go out of character, and I'm like, no, stop
Oh,
going
yeah.
into the out of character chat for
Well,
conversation.
it's gone now.
I know,
So,
I'm happy about that. I kind of slipped up with
Mhm.
that stuff. If somebody asked a question and it was like related to the game, like how do I do this, I would answer. But it was never like conversation. It was like, you got your answer, you're done. That's it. Cholo asked, what are your favorite RP moments so far?
I think my favorite RP moment for like serious RP shit is was literally the Emma Hoop Scully thing, where he literally wanted Emma to shoot Hoop, and Hoop just basically just dead, like 1,000 yards stare at it, and just basically like, I'm dead inside. And then that was just it. And it was just like anticlimactic. And like Scully tried so hard to get this to go like the way it was going. And he's like, no, this is not how it's supposed to happen.
Shooting
Literally,
the
like,
car and shit.
Shooting the car and shooting all these things. Like trying to kill himself and just doing all these things. It was so good. And it was just like such
It was
this like
very-
random like frustrated chaos that I was just like, oh. And I was like, emotion. And I slapped it all and I was like, And I like ERP'd to it later, dude. It's perfect. In the parking lot.
What
with a
about you,
dog.
Scrap?
Yeah, definitely the Scully situation of trying to bring down the city using the sheriff as the downfall of it, pretty much, because
And another good thing is also killing Ridley off. I think the good thing about actually, like my favorite RP moment would have to be Scully killing Ridley, and it just took a massive effect on the whole server. Two people killed their characters because of it. Everyone was fucking sad and shit like that. It just really turned the server, like it brought them together almost.
Yeah.
Like it was quite,
and that's not what we
to
intended
see.
at all. It wasn't.
It wasn't like
we never thought it was going to be that.
Yeah, like Aubrey and Darius were supposed to marry that weekend, but Aubrey finding out that after paying over $200,000 for Ridley's return, she just obviously couldn't handle it and like tried to OD herself and stuff like that. Same with Jamal and stuff like that. Like it was really interesting just to see the after effects of essentially killing off a favorite character.
It was like an ecosystem, and it got disrupted like big time. I didn't think it was like going to be that big at all, but then I'm running around as Constable or Dick Johnson, and people were talking to me, and like that was weird for me, like personally, because they're talking to me, and they're talking to me as if like they want to say something to Ridley, and I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about? He's a cop. Fuck that guy. I'm glad he's dead. You know, like that's was my whole thing. You know, so that was weird for me as well. I think my favorite RP moments is mostly dealing with Stranger, like finding something new that he's done that's crazy and totally out of the box, and you're not expecting it. You never do.
I remember when Stranger kidnapped Fana and I, just to like make what was her name? Cass Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
She played Officer Roxanne. Yeah.
And she would come back.
Stranger kidnapped Fana and I. So me and Fana were both salty about this. Like, so salty. Stranger kidnapped us and essentially held us up just so Roxanne could arrest him and make her look good.
Yeah.
So you son of a bitch.
That's really fucking funny.
That was like at the start of that's when I was Papa John and he was mad.
Yeah. I literally just made fun of. I was literally just trying to create a strife by calling him fat all the time. You fucking lane whale, Sheriff.
Really?
Like afterwards, I would always message Fanta and be like, "I'm so sorry for what I'm doing." He's like, "Dude, it's so good." I'm like, "Man."
Oh, actually, this brings up. I was RPing with Fanta, and I was being a total asshole to him, like normal.
Yeah.
Totally normal, and he gets it. It's very fun. There's some fucking moron comes into my chat. I don't remember who they were. I banned them like a long time ago. This was like more than 2 months ago. And it's like, you're making Fanta upset, dude.
Like, this guy.
Like, what are you fucking talking about? Fanta and I have been doing this for a while. I'm not stepping over any boundaries. Get the fuck out of here. And then I go to Fanta's like Twitch thing. I'm like looking, and he's like, Scrap is also relaying me information. This guy's like trying to start drama and shit. Immediately gets fucking banned. Like as soon as
some people just
trying, he got
comprehend the difference. Like we're all really good friends IRL, like Twitch RP community, we're all like well connected and stuff like that, right? But some people think just because that character hates another character, we hate him in IRL. So like they kind of like go to the other people's channels and like, hey man, can you like stop picking on Fana because like he's really fucking annoying. I was like, you're a fucking dickhead, mate. Fana's like pissing himself laughing. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so Death Burrito, who plays Bigsby, he said, realizing some people don't like my character, what should I work on to be a better character? I don't like critiquing people, in all honesty. That's like something I'm not very comfortable with. But
so I think a lot of people's problems with the Bigsby character is a lot of KOSing, I think.
Yeah.
And RDMing. So
it's more like the jump to the gun Burrito is what he's kind of getting at. So
yeah,
flipping something into like dialogue is always more preferable because it creates RP and it creates storylines and events essentially. So when you kind of pull a gun out on somebody and you shoot them, you kill a storyline. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much. Whereas you can just hold them up, tell them to get in a car or something like that. But then you can find out, like, hey, we have a common goal. Like RP stops at death.
So
It does, yeah.
just because someone points, like I, as Scully, right? I point gun at people just for like intimidation aspect of it. I'm never intentionally gonna kill them. It's just for like effects and shit like that. But people kind of think like, ah, shit, this guy's a crazy nut job. I better like pull out my gun really quick and try and shoot him before he shoots me. Where in fact, I'm just trying to like RP a situation out even further, like the broad like RP and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like just talk to
Like,
us. That's it. Just
That's
talk
one
to
of the
us.
biggest things. Is my character will. I have a lot of characters who will flat out. If you take out a gun and my character already has a gun out, you might die.
Yeah,
And that's because my character is like I've been around so much of that RP that where if I say, hey, I have a gun pointed at you, and you take out another gun, you're dead.
yeah, exactly.
Because
And
that
if you
is-
try
that
to
is-
run,
If you try to run or do something like that, it's like
Hmm.
you basically said "fuck you" to the role play, and you're just like, okay, you don't want to go along with it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Here's your exit. Boom.
you shouldn't be
And-
afraid to die on the game. Like, if you're like, oh shit, he's gonna kill me, like it shouldn't be in your mind. It should be
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm at this point. I can't do anything. He's got a gun pointed at my head. I'm going to try and reason with him with voice because that's essentially what they want you to do is to
Yeah.
RP with them.
Yeah.
So some people like Null might come up to you and demand money.
But I do want to say
I'm
this.
fucking poor.
I do want to say this. I do like Bigsby as a character. Just not the shooting part. That's
Mhm.
really it. I like the dialogue you bring. I think it's interesting. I think you're funny. I just don't like the guns. That's really it.
Yeah.
You know, like I like
Because
everybody. on the
there's a
server.
lot of RP that can go on without guns, and me being someone who shoots people a lot. Like I go out there and I play villains. I play characters who my ultimate goal in RP is to get people either pissed off my characters, like my characters, but no matter what, get people to interact with my characters, to get people to get out of their comfort zone and do something where they normally do or be put into a position in which they need to make a choice or just do something that's different. And so when you run into these people where it's just like, oh, my character is a super elite hacker squad guy, and if someone pulls a gun on me, I'm going to John Wayne or like Clint Eastwood them and like whip out a gun and shoot them first. I'm going to just react with bam. That's it. Like you took out a gun when you had a gun on you. In real life or anywhere else, if you did that, you'd be dead. So you're dead.
100%. Called. Who are your favorite RPers that aren't the normal crowd? Like not Stranger or one of you guys. So. Oh wait, what?
I mean, like TLP, we're kind of like
I like
branded
everybody
together, I
mostly.
guess.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, like the ones who like maybe are like out of the main light, so like they're not like
Doc.
I hate to
love
say,
Doc.
but like best like beta characters.
Beta characters. What do you mean?
Well, like there's a lot of people who lead roleplay. So
Right.
like characters like Cheat, like Ridley, Scully, my characters. A lot of people who basically go out there and they're like, "This is the storyline that we're going
they're
on.
the main
Following on
characters.
this
We're
adventure."
alphas.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, we're alphas. Where's Alpha's Tyler 1,
Yeah,
dog? But
Dab on those haters, dude.
damn on it. But like
yeah,
the
like the
the
extras,
type of,
pretty much.
yeah,
The
the type
ones
of
that
character
don't want to get
who
involved, but
they support.
I mean, like, I don't know. There is a few.
Like
There's
my
definitely
favorite by far is Clunk. Like Ken just said, Clunk was
Fuck
the
yes.
greatest,
Yeah.
Clunk
the
is
greatest
amazing.
supported character. He wasn't a main character. He
yeah.
didn't have his own storyline. He didn't have anything. He was just there, and he made every single experience
Yep.
amazing.
Fucking brilliant.
And then my second one is Chaos Kitten with all her characters. Is because they're always like over sexualized. They're like, no one is actually like this. It is like the most like greatly depressing thing to see. Is because like you have someone who's an officer who's dancing on cars to get men's attention. And it's really, really sad, but at the same time it really shows off her character, and it's deep and it's great.
And then she switches over to like Dollface, who's kind of
Mhm.
like not kind of like a mysterious hot chick, realistically,
Yeah.
that's following Scully around, you know what I mean? That's also really cool to come across. I think I gotta go with Rocky. I love Rocky. Like,
Dude, yeah.
shoe wizard. That's
Rocky
what I call him.
shoes.
It's just like I don't know what to. There was one time he was on a motorcycle and he drives off the bridge. He falls. He gets hurt. He gets picked up by an EMS. I'm like, okay, Rocky, like you got to stop doing this, dude. You're gonna get hurt. Like you got to knock it off. All right. Maybe 2 minutes later, I'm driving. I see him go off the bridge and he gets hurt. He gets hurt again. And it's just like, really, dude? Like, dude? Like, seriously, dude? You know,
Yeah.
it was really
Fucking
funny.
Rocky, dude.
But I
The
don't know,
shoe milk.
and he doesn't like he never gets confrontational, and yet at the same time he takes part in crime that goes on. You know,
Yeah.
it's really
He doesn't mean
great.
any harm, and like fucking Dawson and
telling you,
Hoot
he's
take
like-
him around in the back alleyway.
Like the nicest
Oh, yeah.
character, the nicest
Poor
character on
guy.
the server with a fucking hatchet walking towards you. You know, and you don't know what to do.
Well, you don't even feel like you're in danger half the time. You just look at him. You're like, what is gonna happen here?
Yeah,
Am I gonna die?
and then
Maybe.
like, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to. You know.
Mhm.
Is there anything else? Are any of you guys going to be on TRP later? It says it's super going to be on TRP, but I'm just going to
Yes.
ask everybody.
Yeah, I'll probably be on, depending on my sickness
be
will
on
allow
later.
me.
I'm
Nice.
probably
I
gonna take
pushed
a
pretty
nap.
hard last night.
I don't blame you. I think that's it for questions. Yeah, that looks like it's it. Always well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But all right, guys.
Painful.
Thank you. Oh, somebody asked, "Are you my father?" Yeah. your
Yes.
father.
Yes. All three of us.
We're all your daddies. we
We're-
had this really awkward thing where we basically all had weird like gay sex, and we loved each other so much that we just wanted a child between us. But now that we do have a child, and it's only one child, and there's 3 of us, we're all fighting to be the top dad.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Mm.
Father's Day is going to be very interesting next
What's
year.
that? What's that new
Yep.
game? It's like dad dating simulator.
Dream daddy.
Dream daddy.
Whatever it
Yeah,
is.
we all want to be the dream daddy.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Dream Daddy.
It was like when Anakin
Yeah,
was
dude.
created from the Force. That's the baby we made. Except it was made
Yeah.
out of our love for each other.
Yep.
Just all our juicy love.
I think we all need to play Dream Daddy one day and just create like the TRP daddy.
The tier.
Like we'll just
Twitch
all do it on
RP.
one person's stream.
Yeah, Twitch
all in
RP
Discord.
plays Dream Daddy.
Yeah.
That'd be really good. That'd be
Who
really
is
good.
up, Dad?
I mean, it'd just be Mitch. Like that'd be it.
Yeah, dude, I would love to have Mitch just play Dream Daddy, and we're all just in there, and we're like, "You're gonna go
We're
for
all
that
just cheering him
guy."
on.
Yeah. What
Oh,
kind of Dream
God.
Daddy do you want to look like? You got the man bun. What do you want?
I think. Well, oh god, Mitch is one of the best role players I think I've ever seen. To be honest,
Yeah, yeah.
if you guys want to look up to any role player, look up to Mitch.
And if you guys don't know who Mitch is, it's Game with Me.
Yeah, he's a game with me. He's one of the nicest people that I've ever met, mainly because he's Canadian. But but literally, like he just like literally goes without everything. Like I played Dark and Light for like a week, and like
You
to
got
infiltrate
married.
the humans, I got married to Mitch, and he was a dwarf, like wearing a dress, trying to pretend like to be a female human, and it was amazing, just amazing things. But like no matter what happens, Mitch just always just either rolls with it or basically rolls away from it. But no matter what, it's just fantastic RP.
Yeah. He's like a
Hell
complete
yeah.
pro when it comes to improv and everything like that. How to get away from
Yeah, dude.
situations and how to get more in depth with them. How to amplify them. He's top notch. Like you know,
He's Bay, dude. He's Bay.
he's bae, dude. Like
He's
he
Bay.
dabs on the haters. too.
Oh yeah, Doobus and Walrus.
Doesn't he play Barney? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Listen to Walrus is pretty cool when he's around too. And then we
Yeah,
have-
Walrus is amazing.
yeah, I always love encountering him. That okay? Actually, I got to switch off. Rocky is like my second favorite recurring kind of like in the background character, but Doob is probably my top. Only because no idea what I'm gonna expect, and plus it's rare. Kind of like I'm not gonna say it's rare. It's like
It's like
seem like once every 2 weeks, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's always a treat. It's like a gift on Christmas when you get to RP with Doob. At least in my opinion.
Even though you probably end up seeing the void and him glitching out the game to get out of situations. Son of a bitch.
And he's always super monotone. I'm Dubison. Or I
He's
can't.
allowed to, though.
Lewison.
Yeah.
If it was anyone else and the RP wasn't amazing, they wouldn't be allowed to. But because it's Walrus, it's no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But
Cool.
yeah. But okay. So if you want if you want to know who these people are,
No, I'm leaving. I'm leaving now.
all right.
No, no,
Oh my
bye.
Lord.
Ah.
He actually left.
Oh, and he's
He
gone.
actually fucking left.
Alrighty.
All right.
I'll catch all you bastards later. Thanks for having me there, Cheeto.
See you later, dude.
And love all you bastards out there again.
You could leave now. Bye bye.
I don't want to. I want to stay.
You want to stay?
So, anyway, this is a story of a time. No, okay. Catch you guys.
You don't actually have to leave if you don't want to. I was just gonna like basically plug you guys and just that was it.
I see how it is. Bruh. Got you, man.
I saw, dude.
I
Down on the
saw,
haters on
dude.
the way out, dude.
Jake Paul for life, bro.
Yeah. But all right. If any of you guys do want to catch these fantastic individuals, Hooperist, who plays Thomas Hoop, as well as Eric the Daft, a bunch of different guys. Fantastic. Love them to death. You can catch Hooperist. I'm going to post it right in there. That's Hoop. Go check him out. Hang out with him. And then I got to go get Scrap. So we're going to go get IAmSkrapp's little thing. But he's also fantastic. He plays Dawson, the Gimp, bunch of people. Fantastic individual, all really, really nice. They bring the role play every time. They do 110%, which I know is unrealistic. People do, you can only get to 100%. So definitely go check out their streams, check out their role play. If you play on a server, I'm not going to say try to go and hang out with these guys. If you come across them, you're in good hands. But for me, I'm Captain Cheeto, and I'm signing off. Good night, everybody.